Oh, oh my gosh.
Hey, ladies. Sorry for the slight delay. This one here is acting up. I'm trying to get it together. Hold on. Let me clean up my camera.
Phew.
I'm trying to get it together. He's acting a fool, hamming it up for the
I
camera.
cannot accommodate.
If looks like I got one other person in
Oh
here.
my god.
If you can hear me,
It's,
go ahead and let me know. Say hello. Um,
oh my god.
Smash that like button on the way in.
Stop.
It's free. Um, I'm trying to get myself together, and I need to do some stuff for him as well. But you can see it's been a while since I've done a live, so I'm trying to get my life, get my life, and
I've
get my
got
life.
press the
Oh
button.
boy! All right, so
Oh my god.
while folks come in,
You too?
oh, we have people. Hey, Phoebe. Hey, girl. Hey. um.
Hey.
So he's gonna repeat everything I say. So while I am trying to get it together, bless baby, and folks start to come in. Okay, looks like there's a little bit of a delay here, but that's okay. He's getting big and handsome. Thank you.
Oh, I'm a super boy.
Thank you, Phoebe. I
Ah.
appreciate it. He is growing like a weed. I'm gonna say he had his second week of soccer this season. And so the first week of soccer, it had been a month since the last season, and some of the same kids were on the same team. And all the parents were like, oh my gosh, he has changed so much
Hey, so
since
much?
like in the last 4 weeks. Like he looks so much more like grown. Let me see if I can angle this camera a little bit better. Um, let me see. I haven't. I didn't work this out good. But let me see what I can do to get this camera angled a little better without messing things up. Okay. All right. That's a little better. I don't feel like I'm just like neck up. Okay. So, just real quick because I don't do this. I'm like parched. Get down, sir. Get down. So, y'all know if you've been following me for a while, this is your. If you haven't been here in a while, come on, you're putting your hand in front of the camera. Don't do that.
Okay.
I need you to have a seat. So, if you haven't been here a while, or if you've been following me for a while, you know that. Ouch! Come on, come on, come on. You cannot do that. He's looking at himself over here. The camera is right here, and so it's driving me crazy. So, all right, Phoebe, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to your son. He's turning 4. Lovely. Yeah, tall. This one here, people are surprised when I tell them he's 4 as well. Hey Heather. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, I'm gonna try to make this quick. Y'all know these lives don't never be quick, but I'm gonna try to make it quick because it's already late on a Sunday.
Hey.
See? See what happens? We got hard head. Okay, so I don't do this often. I should do this more. But y'all know, as Maya from Girlfriends would say, I'm an authoress. So I just wanted real quick to remind the people who are coming in here and watching the lives that your girl got some books on Amazon. So, excuse me, we're gonna start with the TTT planner, and then I also have this is the trying to conceive planner. Jaden, excuse me. Then we also have the IVF planner. These are big books, right? Because they let you track all your cycles for a year. And so they've got lots of great things in them, as well as what I like to call 2 week wait activities. So you've got Sudokus, you've got journals, you've got adult coloring, all that great stuff, mazes, and all the beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right. If you are not TTCing, I do also have, or if you are TTCing and you don't want such a, you're not really a data person and you just want to track like your cycles, I do have regular line journals, the Faith Trust, and a little bit of baby dust. Journal does come in soft and hardback, in glossy and in matte. So this one is glossy, this one is matte. Little rose gold action here. These tend to be a little popular on, but they're just lined journals. So if you just want to write down your thoughts and feelings, or um, you know, make little notes and messages to your future baby, or your baby that's on the way, those are great. Now, if you've already got your kid, I do also have mom journals. These also come in hardback. So again, mom journals. This one is boy mom vibes. There's boy mom vibes, girl mom vibes, single mom vibes, just plain mom vibes, twin mom vibes. There's all of that. But outside of CCC, excuse me, I do have also other journals. This is my black, y'all. This one is my little homage to CB4. I do have the Queens Never Bow journal. Stop. Um, I do also have letter and number handwriting practice if you have children who are child age. This one is sharks. I do have another one that is princess themed. So there's that. Now, that's all stuff that I have had that's been out there on Amazon for ages. In case you didn't know, I do have a couple of new things that a bunch of new things that I have published. So on the TTC front, because as y'all know, I am trying for baby number two, and while I was pregnant with this one, stop.
Oh, you hurt me, Mom.
I'm sorry that I hurt you, but I asked you to stop hamming it up for the camera, please.
I cannot do that anymore, Mom.
While I was pregnant with baby G, because I am hypertensive and insulin resistant, I had to track both my glucose and blood pressure and bring that to every single appointment and report my glucose to the diabetes educator every single week. So I have released the pregnancy monitoring logbook. Okay, so this logbook comes in 4 different covers, right? And colors, right? So the back color is a different color for each cover. And this allows you to track both blood pressure and glucose. That's all the pertinent information that the doctors ask for. I also included blood pressure and glucose taking tips to help you get the best readings. This has over, I think it has, I forget how many weeks, but it's well over 40 weeks um, of tracking in here. So you can track from your pregnancy or from the time you've been diagnosed
I love you, Mom.
with either hypertension or gestational diabetes on past delivery. So this is in hopeful hopeful succession that I managed to get pregnant. So, but like I said, the covers are just absolutely gorgeous, and I am stop. I wish you stop. Can you just stop? He just likes hamming it up for the camera, y'all. Sorry. But if this is something that you can use, or somebody who can use, awesome gift as well. These are also available now on Amazon. Also, what I have three volumes of zodiac themed um journals. So this one is Aries, as you can see, all about the melanin and the thicky thick of us real women, right? So this is Aries. All of the journals have the zodiac on the back and personality traits of said zodiac on them. And again, these are just line journals. So if you just like to write and jot your thoughts and things down, this is what we got. So if you want to support your girl, my author pages, I have two of them. One for the TTC side, one for the non-TTC side. This is available on the non-TTC side. Both of those author pages are linked in the description. So if you want to check those out, all the zodiacs are there and available. I think I am currently still publishing all of volume 3, but volume 1 and volume 2 of Clouds are completely published. And I'm in the process of publishing volume 3, and then I'm going to have 3 volumes. These are Clouds. I'm going to have 3 volumes of Waves that's soon to come as well. So that's all going to be on Amazon. And I actually had somebody pick up Virgo in volume 2, and they were in the UK. So, hey, already getting traction. These are great, and I'm absolutely in love with these. So, that's my spiel. But I also wanted to shout out because Arlette is here. Hey, Arlette. Arlette is the authoress too. So here is her 30 Days of Joy journal. Check her out on Amazon. You know what, Arlette? I did not put your link in the description, but feel free to put your link to your journal in the chat. I will approve it if it blocks you. So,
Mom,
so check out. Okay, well, you were digging up your nose. That is very nasty. Here. You had a booger in your nose here. Tissue. Toddlers. Okay. Let's see your nose. Do you have more boogers?
Yes, I have more.
I don't think you have more boogers. Mommy doesn't see any. Don't dig up your nose, babe, okay?
Okay.
All right. so um so check out her 30 Days of Joy journal. Arlette, I've been super busy. Haven't had a chance to start yet, but I'm excited to start my 30 Days of Joy because I gotta get my life. I gotta get my life. So we got authoresses in the building. So support your girls. That's all I can say. Support your girls. All right, so let's see what I missed here. Thank you, Phoebe. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Stop. You're blocking the camera. Would you mind how you created a journal? I'm trying to find my stationery line with a journal. Okay, so all of these things that I have published, and Arlette can share her journey, but everything that I have published is courtesy of Amazon KDP. So Amazon KDP allows you to be an author. These can be regular line journals. These can be actual books. You can do ebooks. They do also have something called Kindle Vella, which are like stories that are given in like series. Pardon me. I do have some other things coming. It takes a while to get this kind of stuff going. So as it comes out, I'll let you guys know. And as I get more free time, I'll let you guys know. But it looks like my free time is coming to an end because my supervisor has recently told me that she's going on a leave of absence and she wants me to cover for her. And I did that for 2 weeks and I was exhausted every single day. She's going to be going for 2 months now. And I'm like, not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. She said it's an opportunity for, I can say no, but who it would go to would be the big boss man, and he would just put it back on me. So I might as well just go ahead and accept it. It is what it is. So yeah. So your girl has been busy, 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 and when I'm not busy at work, we've been over here sick. So if you've been following me on Instagram, I published another "What They Don't Tell You About Single Mom." About being a single mom episode because we had a whole situation with a week with him not wanting to go to the sitter, then pink eye, then a stomach bug, all in the same week. And, him going crazy, getting in the puff paint, putting it all over my carpet and everything else. So it's just been really crazy. Work has been really crazy. I want to say a couple weeks ago, I pretty much worked like 4 weekends in a row. So not fun. So it's just been super crazy, super, super crazy. Thank you, Arlette. I'm not sure which cover you were referring to, but thank you. Hey, Shar. All right, you are welcome. You're welcome, Arlette. I'm here to support all the good goods. Okay. Um. Oh, yay, Shar. Thank you, thank you. Put that in the Amazon. If you've experienced any of the journals, whether you got them because you wanted during the New Year's live, and I sent it to you, you can go to Amazon, find the journal out there, and put your feedback on. Customer reviews are everything. So even if you didn't purchase it but you experienced it, feel free to leave me customer reviews because that helps me as well, helps them get found. All right. Hey, Kiki. Um, and she's saying hey to Orlet. Okay. So now that all of that is out the way, hopefully we got 9 people watching. Hopefully you have hit the like button on your way in. Doesn't cost you anything. Definitely helps the algorithm. So it's been a while since I have been here. A lot has been going on. I think I finished the whole situation on AT&T. I am securely now over with Spectrum and having a good time with my internet there. Seems like I got out of AT&T right in time because they had a major outage where people didn't have internet or phone service. They were recently like hacked or something where you know somebody got all the personal information for the customers and whatnot. So AT&T got some stuff going on. Maybe a little karma. I don't know, but they certainly ain't getting no more money from me. The other thing that I had going on, the Shady Handyman. If you have been following my shorts, the Shady Handyman was evicted from his home in early March. Yes, I believe that was like March. Yes, it's March. It's not May yet. In early March, March like 5th or 6th, he got evicted. So if you check out my shorts, I got a little bit of video of the Shady Handyman and his girlfriend, not his wife, outside with all their belongings that had been left at the curb. It's kind of a shame though because they had moved in some people recently into the house, and so there were additional kids. None of these people was aware that this eviction was happening, even though they had been served about their notice to vacate. They seemed very surprised by the actual like vacate now serving that they got with all the stuff put out on the street. But you know, it's almost like kind of karma. I hear their suburban got repossessed. Because I had not seen that for a while, so I heard it got repossessed, and then they got evicted. So it's a shame. To be honest, I think the landlord just wanted them out. They were only 1 month behind when they got evicted, but from what I understand, they were like trying to pay their rent like piecemeal, maybe in order to keep from getting evicted. So I don't know. I don't know all the whole story. I just heard they were getting evicted the night before they actually did, and the sheriff was there bright and early that next morning, putting them all out on the street. And there are children, young children involved, and so that's really sad. So you would hope that adults would make better decisions and things like that. So, and it was really sad to like see the vultures come out and start picking through their things on the street. Like I wasn't expecting that. They got a U-Haul and grabbed what they could get, but it was like the smallest U-Haul that you could get driving. I don't know where they put it. They probably got the smallest storage facility that they could possibly get. Put whatever they could fit in it, and then the rest of it they just left, and the vultures were like on the block, even at night with their cell phones going through the boxes and all the things that were left, like the children's things, the adults things. It was just really sad, but at the same time, I don't have a whole lot of like heartfelt sadness for the shady handyman because of the way he did me, but I got my judgment, so it is what it is. Again, I'll probably never see that money, but the judgment is there. But it seems like they owe a whole bunch of people money at this point. Hmm. Yeah, sure. Oh, you see that? You see that Virgo journal? Not volume. I want to say the volume two Virgo journal. She is really cute. Check out the volume two. If it doesn't say volume two on it, you might not have the right one. But that volume two. Oh no, I'm thinking the Capricorn. Check out all. Uh, yeah, check out all three. I think Virgo volume three is really really cute. So I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Check out all three before you buy one. Um, yeah, Kiki, yeah, people's phones and everything was out. So it's crazy, 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 crazy. He was evil. You reap what you sow. I'm sorry for the children, but not him. Yeah, I have a hard time feeling sorry for him. My other neighbors were saying that the girlfriend was. Come on, Jaden, what is this? You got this all over my shirt. That the girlfriend was like kind of cracked out or whatever. I've never seen her like that. The way she was acting the day they were evicted, I'd never seen her act that way. From what I understand, there was a lot of commotion going on with like his other baby mama. um, I don't know. I never saw it. I never experienced it, but a lot of people were talking about how much of like a disturbance they were starting to become, and a lot of people were glad that they're gone. So, but I just think it's sad because I want to say the girlfriend, her father was living there. He was like an older guy. That I probably mentioned the older guy that was living there, and he had no idea that the eviction was happening. But the lease was in the two of their names, and so I guess they just never told him. So when they all got put out, he's just like in shock, right? And so, which is also sad. So it's like you don't even know, like this is where you live. Now all of a sudden your stuff is on the street. It's just kind of crazy. I feel bad for anybody who ever had to like experience that. But in talking to one of my girlfriends, she was like, they're actually really lucky that their stuff wasn't just locked up in the house and that they could actually get to whatever they could get to. Apparently, when you're ordered to vacate, the sheriff comes and they're like, you got 10 minutes to grab whatever you can grab, and that's all you got, and you got to go. And after that, you're pretty much like out of the house. Whatever's left is left. You had your opportunity because you were given a vacate order, a order from a judge to turn over possession of the property. So that was your time to figure out what you were going to do with your stuff. If you waited until the sheriff came to put you out, you know, I guess everybody can't move as quickly, but some kind of preparation. They just didn't look prepared at all, and she seemed completely shocked. I having looked over all the court paperwork. He received the serving, right? Even though the serving was for both of them, he received the documentation. So I don't know if maybe he hid it from her, and so she didn't know. I don't know. But I do recall hearing him say, "I lost everything. I know I lost everything." And I don't. I guess that means the truck. Then now their place to live. I don't know where they went. It's been quiet. Nobody's come back over here, causing any trouble or whatever. But the guy that owns the house has been in there trying to fix it up or whatever, so that he can rent it to somebody else. So, but I will say he came prepared with people to move their belongings out of the house immediately. So um that day. So their stuff, and they were out there for a while. Stop. They were out there for a while, just watching their stuff like come out of the house. It's kind of sad. And I wasn't over there gloating or anything. I was just, back at my house, but I'm at the top of the cul-de-sac so I can see everything going on over there. So, I just spent my time gawking from my property. And trying not to rile nobody up because I already got my issues with them. I don't need them to get all rowdy with me because I ain't got time. um, Thank you, Terror Destroyer. Yes, there's a lot of things out there, so I appreciate your support. Yes, Shar, I saw the support the handyman, messy, messy, messy. I don't like ugly. He ain't too fine or cute. Uh-huh. I certainly don't wish him ill, and I hope for the sake of the little one, he starts living right. Yeah, he's got a couple of little ones. Listen, the tea or the situation. So when I met them, or I should say when I met her, she told me she had a little baby. Baby G met the 3 year old girl. And so she told me she had a 12-year-old daughter and a baby she had just had. Now, I had never seen this little infant and I had never seen this 12-year-old girl. Then as time went on by, I started to see the 12-year-old. And then, like, towards the end, like right before they got evicted, I started to see the baby coming in and out. Turns out the 3 year old is not her baby, is his baby with his other baby mama. The 12-year-old ain't his baby or her baby. It's the other baby mama's oldest child, but she won't send the 3 year old without the 12-year-old, that kind of situation. I don't know how much of this is true, but this is what I heard through the grapevine. And then, the little baby is supposedly theirs. So that's the only kid of theirs that actually like lives at the house full time. The other kids come to visit. Um, but they had moved like another family in. I don't know if they're, I guess they're cousins or somebody. I don't know. It was like another family with like probably two or three older children. Then they all had been playing outside and whatnot. So when they got evicted, everybody was out. And it was just like, where did all these freaking people come from? I can't believe all these people were living in there. So crazy. So Virgo Volume 3. Yeah. Check out all three volumes. I want to say at least half of Volume 3 is out there. I haven't, like, they may not all be like linked up where you can see them, but at least half of Volume 3 is up there. Best way to search is to put like your sign and then goddess behind it, or you can just simply search by my author name and you should be able to find everything. Um how is dating? What dating? I am not dating. Who has time to date? I barely have time to live. I have no time to date. I'm not even trying. Like, I have friends who are dating, and I'm all like, they're happy. They're finding like good people, and I feel like I should be out there. But I just don't have the energy. I don't have the energy, and I don't even have the energy for this journey for baby number two. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. That's also one of the reasons why I came on here tonight to talk about where I am with that journey. But I just, I don't have the energy to deal with the shenanigans that is required to deal with in order to get to the good guy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. Yes, sure. The recommendation of the upload of the back cover, I have those images. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do and how I want to get them up there just yet. Amazon used to publish front cover, back cover, and a few sheets in the middle for the low content books. That I'm realizing since it's been a while since I published my original journal, they don't do that anymore for low content books. So I am still trying to figure out how I want to display the back covers, as opposed to just saying in the description that it does have the personality in the back. So I'm working on that. I just haven't figured out how I want to display it just yet. It's not an easy thing to do. I just for now I just wanted to make sure that look at this. You're making this mess. You got all these chips all over yourself. I just wanted to make sure people could find all the different zodiacs because I cannot kind of put them in a series. So I just wanted to make it easier to find all the books. So once I figure out how I'm going to display the backs, um, because it's hard to do like individually as far as the additional content that I can put on there. So yeah, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But that is great feedback. I know it needs to be there. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet, and it sucks that Amazon is not doing it for me like they used to. Yes, please, when you do your review, please feel free to add pics of the back. That's what I hoped with people who purchased it would then include pictures of the back of the book since that's not shown. But it is just, plain lined paper. And so and maybe I won't show every book, but just kind of like an example of what's on the back. I didn't want to put too much about what exactly is on the back because people like to copy. And so it wasn't like, it's a zodiac theme, but a lot of thought went into the imagery on the cover photo. Um, it is very much zodiac themed, so it's not just, oh, it's an Aries woman. The colors are the power colors of Aries. The flowers is the flower associated with Aries. You see what I'm saying? So, and the personality traits are the traits that are associated. So all these things I took the time to like look up and incorporate into the cover. And I don't want to just say everything that I put on there because again, people like to copy. And so I'm trying to balance that kind of stuff in the description as well. So it's hard out here. It really, really is. Um Okay, you'll add pics in the review. It's silly that that's not an automatic display. Yeah, it used to be, but I think so many people are out here doing the low content book thing because they're just probably just like I ran into it. There are a ton of people on YouTube who are giving the advice to get into like low content books and publishing them on Amazon KDP, like journals or coloring books or gaming books and things like that. And there's so many people out here that are doing them and not necessarily doing them well. So now when the books are published, I actually have to check that it is a low content book, and that affects what Amazon is now bothering to do with the books at this point. So they're definitely drawing a line in the sand on the low content books. I used to be able to get an ISBN number on the old journals. They are no longer handing out ISBNs on the low content books. So, like for example, this is considered a low content book. It's a journal, but at the time that I published it, they were handing out. If you can see that, an ISBN, right? Which is basically associated with the book. Well, here's the latest, one of the latest journals, and this is not so much a journal; it's a log book, but it's still considered low content because it's repetitive pages and it's meant for the person to fill out. So instead of an ISBN, you just kind of get like a skew bar. So because they're treating the book so differently, they're just not there's just a bunch of stuff. And to be honest, when I published these latest books, I expected to see that, which is why I didn't do much with the back. And then, after waiting the 10 days to see if that would show up, but it's like, why can't I see the look into this book, which would have showed the front cover, the back cover. And then I looked into the rules and found out they're just not doing it anymore. Stop, Gina. So I don't know. It's the rules are constantly changing. But again, a lot of people are getting into the low content book thing as like a side hustle. So Amazon is just trying to find a way to not do as much work with them because people are like cranking them out crazy. It's even to the point where I can only publish 3 at a time, and they take up to 3 days to get approved to even be live. So it's like trying to publish the Zodiac, even though I had all 12 of them, or let's just say all 36 ready to go, I could not publish all 36 at once. I could only publish 3 at a time, wait 72 hours for them to go live before I can publish another one. So it's rough. It's rough. So they're just really like cracking down on that. Stop. When you don't use your listening ears, somebody gets hurt.
Yes, nobody gets hurt.
So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if you guys want me to do a video on the whole Amazon KDP thing, I can. It's not super rocket science. I think what people are out here doing is they're kind of like buying softwares that have like ready-made interiors, and then they're using like free things and not really, like, some people will say you can pay somebody to make a cover. Some people are saying you can just create a pretty much basic cover using Canva. I mean, all my covers are pretty much created in Canva, in free Canva, not paid Canva. But I have a little artistic ability about me. I have a history of photo editing. I am not an artiste by any means, but I will say though, that I did get involved in like the AI generation. So like all the Zodiac covers are, oh, my groceries are getting delivered. Hello, thank you. I forgot. um, and then these covers are also AI generated. So I'm getting into learning like those prompts and then using them appropriately as far as that. So like these covers using the free items and Canva, which for me looks good, but this is why I went like the Zodiac route, because I was just like, a lot of the journals that are out there aren't really using AI, and like the Zodiac journals are kind of plain, right? If you just do like Aries journal or whatever Zodiac journal, the covers tend to be a little plain. And so I was like, people are going to start getting into the AI to do this, and I just wanted to get ahead of it. You know what I mean? So and Facebook did me a favor by suggesting like an AI prompt uh like group, and people were like sharing their prompts, and I just happened onto this really beautiful one, and then I just kind of modified that with all the data that I wanted in it to generate these really really beautiful images. And so and I was looking for something specific, so that came out nice. These came out absolutely gorgeous. So like if you find the thank you. Thank you, Walmart Plus, for delivering my groceries tonight. I'm gonna have to bring them in because I got like milk and stuff out there. But yeah, so there's some good stuff out there. I just, it's just kind of hard to get found, So, and the good thing is I can create it once. It can sit out there forever. If it catches on and makes some money, great. If not, great. It's not didn't cost me anything but my time to do it. Um, all right, let's see. How's your relationship with your mom and family coming along? So stop. My mom, I mean, I'm not necessarily reaching out to her, but she does try to call me once a month to like catch up with me, catch up with Baby G. She's obsessed with Baby G. So we did get to Philly not last October, the October before last. And so she has met him in person. But just like, I don't want to say that one time, but just that one time frame, because we were there for a week, and I was at the house, I want to say at least 3 times during that week. So she got to spend a lot of time with him, and she was really, really happy because that was like a surprise visit. I didn't tell her I was coming, just kind of showed up at the door. So whenever I can publish that video, you'll see how we almost didn't even get in because she was like, who you? I'm not opening my doors. It was really funny. But she was glad to see him, and I was glad to get him up there. And so that's another reason why I needed, like, they should get off the pot about baby number 2. My mom is like 80 years old. So if I'm going to have another baby and this baby is going to meet their one and only living grandparent, um, I need to have this baby and get on up there. I'm actually thinking about, like, stop. I'm actually seriously thinking about scheduling like a long weekend or something to get up there so she can see him again. I do have, I want to say, my oldest brother that's trying to catch up. I want to say my mom and the oldest brother, the two people that I'm probably the most contentious with, are the ones that are like keeping up the most since I gave birth. And so, mostly they just want to know what's going on with him. Um, and so, but he's asked me like how old does he need to be before I'm willing to like let him go spend time, up there. And I was just like, oh, wait for me for like weeks on end. I don't know. He's barely even been away from me like overnight. So I don't I don't know. Like he's got to be old enough to like talk and really say like what's going on, like if something bad is happening and stuff. So um he definitely would need to be old enough for that. And then he's not old enough to like fly on his own, so somebody's got to fly him up and fly him back, which would likely be me, So there's that. So I don't know. That's one way to get a break, as a single mom, to send him somewhere for the summer. But the summer is also, where I get to do a lot of fun things with him. So I
Oh
don't
my
know. I
goodness.
don't know.
We have chips
He
on
is
the
starting.
shirt.
Yes, you got chips all over my shirt. So
Everyone.
he's starting preschool this year. I'm currently in the process of trying to register him. I have sent the registration papers in the end of March, but I have not heard anything. So, and it sounds like this is kind of like par for the course. They take however long they take. It can take up to a month or whatever before you hear whether they're in or not. I'm like kind of on edge about it because I'm trying to get him into a school that we're not exactly zoned for. It's in Orange County, but we're not in their zone. So the students that are in that zone get priority. And I'm just pretty much out here sitting, waiting to see if he makes it in. And this is just preschool, not even kindergarten. But I'm trying to get him in for preschool in the hopes that he'll have an edge for kindergarten because that's an A school. Now the school that we are zoned for is a B school. I know I can get him in over there. As far as preschool, I probably won't send him over there. I probably send him across the street if he doesn't get into this school. There's a private daycare, a private BPK right outside my subdivision, and they would have like the before care, the after care. So um, I would send him there, so just so I could take advantage of the before care and after care that may or may not be at this public school VPK. But we'll have to see how that goes. The paperwork is out. you know, we'll just have to see how it goes. Let's see. Canva and AI is all you need for a spectacular cover. If you have a piece of yours are good. Thank you. Thank you. I try. All right, team, old enough to speak up and defend himself if someone is mistreating him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been hanging out with this one mom, and her sons are a little rough. Like they play rough, and he got into like a little bit of a scuffle with her younger son. They're the same age, and that son like pulled his hair, and he reached around and, and punched him to like get him off. So he's definitely defending himself. But he's small, and he's small, but not necessarily small for his age. And that's what kind of makes me nervous, like, because he's got a lot of body to like move around. He's heavy, he's got a lot of body, and he likes the body check and all of that. And it's like, I don't want him to become a bully or be seen as a bully because he doesn't know his own strength, kind of thing. So trying to make sure that he's gonna be a big kid and he's gonna be dense, and he's definitely got like stop. He's definitely got like the stop it. Mommy said stop. He's definitely got like the body for like football. Although I don't have the heart for football, he's gonna have to beg me to play football if he wants to play. But we're gonna try every other sport but that. But if he absolutely wants to play football, I'll let him play. But he's gonna have to come to me on it. At any rate, I don't want. I need him to be like a gentle giant. You know what I mean? So I don't want him to end up being like a bully out here, and so he could easily be categorized as that just by playing rough. So It's tough. It's tough. Do y'all have charter schools with PK3? I don't. We do have charter schools here. I'm a product of public school. I haven't even looked into any charter schools. The public schools where I am are graded pretty well. When my niece was here with her daughter definitely went to the daycare across the street, and she went to the elementary school that we're zoned for, and was doing perfectly fine in those schools. So, I mean, where I live is kind of almost considered like a suburb in a way. So it's not like rough around here. So also interestingly, like most of the people on this side of town seem to be Hispanic. It's a mix, but there's a lot of this seems to be like a large Hispanic presence. And when you look at the schools are like the A school that I want him to go to is like predominantly Hispanic. So they teach like Spanish and stuff, which I've been trying to get him, to teach him Spanish. I like to sitter, teach him Spanish words and stuff like that. I try to give him a little bit of the Spanish that I know. I'm trying to sneak a little Italian in there because I speak Italian. Well, I don't speak Italian. I took Italian in high school. I can understand it better than I can speak it, so I try to throw a little Italian in there. I might just be confusing him, but I try to, at least with like numbers and days of the week and stuff like that, because they're sponges, right? They're picking up everything. So sometimes he comes to me and says things in Spanish, and I'm like, oh, wow, what does that mean? Okay. And out of context, I can get it, or I'll ask the sitter, like, he said this, what does that mean? And, she'll tell me. So he's learning a lot, and I'd like to cultivate that because he is half Dominican. So I would love for him to be bilingual as far as like speaking Spanish and stuff. And so if that school is going to help with that, then great. Sorry. Um, let's see. Public preschools here are now letting children test in the kindergarten if their birthday. You may want to see if you have that option there. They just started this option this year. Yeah, you know what? Somebody else told me if I fought it enough, I probably could get him tested for him to go into kindergarten early. Um, but I guess I would have preferred him do VPK last year. But I would have had to fight to get him into VPK last year because it's all birthday based. The only reason why he didn't go to VPK last year is because, well, he wasn't old enough. He didn't hit the deadline. So I think the deadline's like September 9th. He's October. So he just has to wait the extra year. I'm actually not that opposed to it. Because he went to private sitter, I think he needs the VPK before going into kindergarten, just to get that like classroom element. Had he been going to a regular daycare center, I would probably a little bit more apt to fight for a kindergarten early. You know what I mean, Sandra? And hey, by the way, thanks for joining the live. Um, let's see. Maybe Baby G would be good at wrestling. Maybe like Roman Greco wrestling, probably. I'm saying he's got a dense body, like linebacker, and he's gonna be tall, right? Donor was 6'2", and I've got a recessive tall gene. He's definitely gonna be tall, and he's definitely gonna be like dense because when he went to the pediatrician in October, they were like, "Oh, he's 75 percentile for his height, but he's 99 percentile for his weight." And so they're all like, "So make sure you're careful about what you're feeding him." And I was just like, does he look fat to you? Like, he is not fat. I'm not worried about his weight at all. He's just heavy bodied, and that's genetics. He's just gonna be real dense bodied. Yeah, I think he'll love VPK with how much he love having extra kids at the fitter. It'll be an adjustment, but he'll thrive. Yes, and I need him to have the VPK before he goes into kindergarten because that is my biggest concern. Like his level of attention, his ability to follow direction, and this is why I keep him This is why I keep him in soccer because he's sort of getting that kind of structure from soccer. The wait in line, wait your turn, follow instruction when they do practice. And right now, soccer is when he goes to soccer, that's when he sees the most amount of kids. Is he playing soccer very much? Not very much as far as playing actual soccer. But I think when it's just me and him and we're trying to do soccer, he does it just fine. Like he actually has skill and if he could focus
My
on
sister wants to play tag.
your sister wants to play tag. No, that that was another little girl from the other team. He's always making friends on the other team,
But
and they were just playing tag the whole
I
game.
lost my
Last
Enzo.
Saturday.
I
Hmm?
lost my friend
You
Enzo.
didn't lose Enzo. Enzo's on your team.
Enzo's on my team.
He's on your team. You're gonna see him on Saturday. So
Yes.
that's where he sees the most amount of children, and because like for a while he was the only kid at the sitter,
I love.
and then now he's not the only kid, but he's the oldest kid by far at the center by at least 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, by at least 2 years. He's the oldest kid, so the babies are not as like durable as he likes. He can't play the same like he could with the older kids, and so he gets triggered by that. And then not having like playtime with older kids, it triggers bad behavior in him.
Mom.
So I've been working hard at having like play dates with people who have kids either his age or a little bit older, so that he can play with them, and that kind of keeps his behavior like tame, or I should say it takes the edge off. He does still have some issues with his behavior when he doesn't get what he wants, but it's not gotten as bad as it was. Like it was like really bad. But I am actually trying to get him some sessions with the therapist just to make sure he doesn't have any like real actual behavior problems. The pediatrician, when we took him for his yearly in October, didn't really think he needed to see the therapist, but I pushed for it anyway. I tried to set up the appointment, but for whoever they referred me to didn't have they didn't have anybody who serviced children his age. So I sent a note back to the pediatrician. They did kind of call me back, I think, but I haven't seen any new referrals. But this is like a new portal system, so I gotta get into the new portal system to see if there's like a new referral, or if I have to request a new referral again about that. So, or maybe I'll just call to see. But I do want to, before he goes to school, to get him evaluated in that way, just to make sure that there isn't something there. And then that hurts. You're gonna hurt mommy, just to make sure. And then okay, maybe we should put some medicine in it.
Yes, I need to put medicine in my
You do
eye.
need to put medicine in your eye.
Yes, I did.
Okay, go get the medicine in the room. Go get it.
Yes, I'll go get it.
So, you know, I'm hoping, maybe that even if he doesn't have any like real true behavior issues, that maybe the therapist can give me some like coping mechanisms to kind of help ease him through when he has his outbursts, and becomes a little uncooperative, I should say. So we'll see what happens with that. But I definitely want to get a couple sessions in with that. But his behavior has been a lot better. And I will say, I followed some advice about, removing the red food dye from his diet. So we made some changes with like his snacks. I didn't have to make that many changes. I'm paying a little extra for like popsicles during the summer to like outshine instead of like the cheapo popsicles. I just had to change like the fruit snacks to like Black Forest instead of the Welch's, just the fruit snacks that use the vegetables as food coloring instead of the actual food dyes. I was actually surprised that like the Mott's applesauce, like some of the Mott's applesauce actually use food dye. Like the strawberry one uses red food dye, so that was kind of crazy. Also, like I was in here doing everything. We got a behavior chart going on, behavior reward chart that we haven't really been doing very much with, but he does have stop. he does have some prizes and stuff. So I need to get back into the reward chart because his behavior's been better. So I've not been that focused on the reward chart. But we're gonna get back on that. Matter of fact, starting this week. And then I've also been putting like calming oils in the diffuser, which does make a difference. I mean, I'm not gonna say it completely calms him down, but there is definitely a difference when I'm using the diffuser versus when I'm not using the diffuser. So as far as the oils that I mix up in there is cedarwood, Atlas cedarwood, lavender, mandarin oil, and sweet orange oil. Those are the four oils that I mix and put in there, and it really makes a difference in his like mood, and my mood too, right? So it helps us both, and so that has gone a long way towards his behavior as well. So it's been a journey, y'all. It's been a journey. Like his behavior took a turn last year, like after August time frame. It was like bad. Like he would scream and he would here, come lay down, turn around and lay down.
Okay.
And he was hitting the sitter and just being super disrespectful. So now I'm trying to like give him words of like responsibility. So I'll like ask him, what are your principles? And he'll say respect others. Like he knows his principles, and there's four of them, I think. And sometimes he forgets one, but like respect others, keep your hands and feet to yourself, use your inside voice, um, use your listening ears, that kind of thing. So sometimes when he's really defiant, he'll say, "No, I don't want my principles." And so, come on, you got to open your eye. So I should say I caught his pink eye as well. So I am still treating his pink eye. I'm still treating his eyes as long as I'm treating my eyes. I still feel like I have a little something going on in my right eye. Um, so we take the same. Come on, open your eyes. You have to open your eye. You have to open your eye and let it in. Um, don't rub it. Open your eye. Okay, that's it.
Now you put
So
medicine.
now I have to put medicine in my eyes. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay, I have to prove to him that I'm brave. I miss.
What happened?
The mommy's got medicine in her eyes now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So as long as my eye still feels like I I have something, I'm treating both of us to make sure. I know, Arlette. I know, and I was telling you, I was trying my best not to get it. I was on pink eye alert, and he just no, don't start. So he just popped up, and so and I didn't waste any time. I got on a virtual appointment, and the virtual doctor didn't think he had like viral pink eye. He thought maybe he had something else going on with his eyes. I took him to the pediatrician the next day. He did get him a script for the drops. And so that's what these are. He had plenty enough drops. So I think I fell asleep. I was napping and he was messing with my face. And I think that's how I caught the pink eye. Get out of your nose. Get out of your nose. Get out of your nose.
There's a booger on my nose.
There's a booger in your. Let's see. Put your head back. Because I can't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I see it. Okay, here. So, yeah, big booger. Mommy got it.
Yes.
So,
That's in another nose.
so you got a booger in the other nose?
Yes.
I don't see any booger in this nose.
A dirty
I don't.
booger.
I don't see it.
Over here.
No, I got this booger. There's no booger up there. Here, put this in the trash over there. So yeah, so it's been a lot with him. So I between that and work and not getting enough sleep and everything else, it's been kind of crazy. This music helped calm him down. He is very musical. I don't play a lot of music here in the house. Most of the time when I'm playing music, I'm in the car, so I don't know if music will calm him down per se. Sometimes he kind of gets stuck in a way, and he just needs to be like instructed through like taking some deep breaths. Pardon me, but sometimes he's so defiant he doesn't want to follow the instruction of taking some deep breaths. So I don't want to say like when I'm playing music, sometimes he likes to say, that hurts my ears, turn it down or whatever. He likes to hear what he wants to hear when he wants to hear it. Like if I'm playing the radio, I will sing. No, mommy, don't sing. Don't sing. Well, why can't I sing? You sing when you want to sing. Well, how come I can't sing? So he's like quick to tell, like he's like, or if he's singing, he don't want you singing with him, you know. So it's a whole thing. So he's always been very musical. And he does sing a lot, and he got to a point where he was like making up his own songs and stuff like that. And so it's something, but I don't know. I don't know. Next time he gets in one of his like little tantrums, I can maybe try to play music to see if that'll calm him. Don't do that. Don't stick your tongue in there. If you stick your finger in there because that's broken right now, I'm gonna have you put that down. Stop looking for trouble, okay?
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the other thing. Like he's like looking for trouble these days. Um, Give me a minute. I wanna bring the groceries in because right now they're outside, and I don't want like there's fruit out there, right? Strawberries, blueberries, and stuff. So I want to bring them in, stick them in the refrigerator real quick. So just give me like 3 minutes to bring them in and do what I need to do with them. You leave this alone. Don't touch it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Be right back. Here, come help me with the groceries. That's what you're gonna do. Be mama. Come.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody did it. Hey, what with the skate brother? I know, right?
Hey.
Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Go. Let's stop this.
Refrigerator. All right, y'all. Here I come. Oh wait, one more thing. Since you want to be in the camera.
Okay, I
Next
will.
to me, you have to
I can't remember.
Here. Okay. What's that, sir? Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, I'm back. All right, so come here. Come here, because now, since you want to be here with me, let's tackle this hair. Turn around. Oh, no, you don't want it. Uh-uh.
No.
It's fine. Come here.
No.
So, why are you covering your face? So, yeah, so that was what his behavior. Oh, so that's him. I do have an update on Bank of America, y'all. So,
My hair.
long story short, the card was they reopened the card, and then 2 weeks later it got closed again. They've got every receipt in the book as to why it was closed. The lady who was handling my CFPB, that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau case, she fulfilled her obligation as far as um, responding to my complaint within the 60 days. Basically, the response was basically that they needed more time, that it was complicated, blah, 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 blah. But her response came after the account had been closed. So basically, she called me and said, "Oh, we're reopening the account. It should have never been closed, blah, blah, blah." But they were reopening it with like the same numbers, the same card. They weren't looking to change anything. She was trying to tell me that the guy who had access couldn't see anything. And I'm like, did he tell you that? Like, he was on the account as a borrower. I don't care what he told you he could see. The fact is, he had the same access that I did. So how do you know what he could see, what he couldn't see? Um, and so anyway, they're trying to uh, say that he couldn't see anything, and because when she told me they were reopening it, I said, well, hold on, I need you to give me a new account number because the account number was compromised. And so she was like, well, I don't know, we can give you a new card. And I said, no, I need more than a new card. I need a new account number. And so she was trying to say that that would be probably difficult to do. I think they just didn't want to do it. But she was supposed to be going back and looking into that. And then 2 weeks later, I got letters basically saying the account was closed. So, in talking to collections, basically they told me the account. Well, basically they told me two things. One, the account was closed because it was delinquent. But how could it be delinquent when the account was only open for 2 weeks?
I want to go potty.
Go potty and then come back here. Go potty and then come back here because I'm going to work on this hair. This is aloe, by the way, straight from the plant that I'm spraying on his head. It's sort of like a pre-shampoo thing. Anyway, and so we're in that fight now. So the CFPB closed my complaint when they made their response. And so I think that's what they thought that was going to be their out. So since the account was open and then reclosed, I do get 60 days to give my feedback on the claim. Hey, bring that tablet back in here. You don't need the tablet. When you come back here, you can get the tablet.
Mom,
go potty.
Let's go.
You said you had to go potty. Go potty. No, I'm not coming with you. I am not coming with you. You better not pee on that floor. If you have to go potty, go potty. If you're not going to go potty, you come back out here.
I want to be brave.
Okay, then be brave and go potty. So, anything to keep me from messing with that head. But anyway, so I'm going to give my feedback on the previous case, and then I'm going to open another complaint on the fact that the account was closed because what I got was it was closed. Well, one, they were trying to say the collection was trying to say it was closed because it was delinquent, but how could it be delinquent when it was only open for 2 weeks before it got closed again? And then he said he saw something where she had requested for it to be open, but then it was denied because the account had been closed for 2 months. And so now it's closed in a way that even collections, because he was going to try to get the account reopened based on everything that I told him. Okay, come on. Based on everything that I told him, and it's actually in a state now where they can't collections can't even do anything with it. So it's closed. So now it's just a matter of paying the balance, but I'm not paying the interest rate that's on that balance. They haven't given me any information on how the interest is accruing on the balance or anything. They just want me to pay the balance like it's a regular credit card when I'm not using it. So I'm not doing that. So they're going to have to reconcile that. And so that's what my second complaint is going to be with the CFPB. And they're going to have to work on that now. So now it's not about getting the account open. I really could care less about the account being open or closed because I don't want to be bothered with Bank of America anymore at this point. But I'm not paying a credit card interest rate on that balance. So they can go ahead with that because the account got closed through no fault of my own, and they need to make that right. And so, in her attempt to close the complaint, she's trying to say, oh, the account was delinquent, blah, 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 blah. So, she sent me a whole package. So, I just need to get the time to sit with her response and basically tear that, tear that to pieces and make my feedback and then make my second complaint that they will then have another 60 days to deal with. So that's where we're gonna be on that. So that's where Bank of America is right now. So there's always something. I am also still dealing with the hair thing, right? I actually lost hair, about 3 inches of hair, with that whole debacle last year with the hair dye. And so I have engaged my prepaid legal. There's a lawyer involved now. He's supposed to be looking into it, and I guess just making up some kind of correspondence response. Although he said he was going to do something, but I haven't heard from him. So now I need to contact him to see what he's going to do because he has all the information now, and so they are still not handing over any information about what was in that dye, the ingredients. They're trying to say the ingredients of the dye are now proprietary. I don't know how the ingredients of a dye that you put in something that wasn't even supposed to be there can be proprietary, but it just sounds like you're trying to get over it, and they're still trying to send me the same little bit of money on my original damages. But how I'm feeling on that is, well, you need to compensate me for my 3 inches of hair loss. Now, it's not like my hair is not growing back or anything like that. I'm not expecting like millions or whatever, but they're going to have to pay for the fact that I lost some hair behind this. Um, so that's where that is. So you see, I got all these balls in the air that I'm having to deal with, in addition to a lot of work, and then trying to deal with Baby G and his behavior, and then VPK registration and all that other kind of stuff. So it's a lot going on over here. Just a lot going on. Kiki, you are mentioning taxes are due tomorrow. I am happy to say that I am up to date on my taxes now. I have filed my 2023 taxes last week, early last week, or the week before. I filed them online. I was also behind 2020, 2021, and 2022. Those were all mailed off Monday of last week. They should have been received. I sent them certified mail. I need to check on the confirmation. They should have been received Friday. So everything has been filed and I'm officially up to date. I didn't have anything that I owed. I have refunds on all 4 years. So it's just a matter of when those refunds will come in. And I'm happy to say, that I'm no longer behind in my taxes here. So, whoo, child. You know me. In 2019, when I had Baby G, I was behind 3 years. I was behind 4 years this year. So I am grateful. Don't rub your eye, baby. Don't rub your eye. I am grateful to have gotten that monkey off of my back. So grateful. Um, yeah, yes. Yes, the taxes were like I wasn't bent out of shape about the fact that I hadn't paid them because oh that I hadn't filed them because I never owe. I'm always due a refund. But after so many years, the IRS does not have to pay you your refund. So you really can't go like 10 years without paying your taxes and expect to still see your refund. So it's still questionable whether I'm going to see my refund for 2020. I think I will see it, but there's a possibility that I may not because I think you can only go 3 years behind. And I guess technically 2020 is the third year behind as long as I filed it on time. So, and then 2023 is due. So I'm questionable about 2020. I feel like I am going to get that refund, but hate to leave money on the table. Either way, I would have still had to file it. So it's filed and it's done. Nope, I didn't hire anybody. I have been doing my own taxes since I was 16. I have done other family members' taxes as well in the past, but I do use H&R Block. So H&R Block online. So if you are behind in taxes, you can still use H&R Block software. So you can go and find H&R Block software for previous years, and you can purchase it. In the various levels to install on your computer and fill it in as if you were filling it in online and have the taxes done. So, despite that, I have a business, which is what takes me so long to get it together to do my taxes because of all the paper, all the data entry that I have to do for all my accounts. So, like bank accounts, credit card accounts, and all of that to get all the pertinent data for my small business. I had to get premium, and so it only cost me $75 to file each previous year. So $75 per year. For some reason, when I filed 2023 online, that cost me $115. So maybe they're just going up. I don't know, but I was just like, oh, 115. So I think they made me pay for a level I didn't really need. Sorry, babe. Sorry. I think they made me pay for a level I didn't really need, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to try to work that out. So I just went ahead and paid the 115 so I could get it done and paid. But yeah, I got that down. And I've been using H&R Block for years now. I want to say when I was 16, when things were easy and I was just filing just the 1040. I was just doing that by paper and mailing that in. So, but not a whole lot has changed about my tax situation. The child tax credit stuff is part of like the regular formulas. Um, so business wise, not a whole lot has changed. So I just continue to do what I do. I will say though, with the changes that have been happening with the standard deductions, it's like there's no benefit to owning a home anymore. Like I want to say the last 4 years, 5 years, I have not been able to itemize even with my house. you know, the standard deduction has been so high. I've just been taking the standard deduction. The fact that I own a home doesn't even matter. So that sucks. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm just glad to have the monkey off my back, man. There was a point where I have had my taxes done as early as January 30th and have received my refund on February 10th. I am typically that person, like get the taxes done or whatever. But TTC has changed my life in ways that I didn't even expect. It's just a lot of stuff is like kind of going by the wayside with TTC. And so, if I'm to give anybody any advice, about TTC, and that is don't let it take over your life. Like keep doing what you used to do, you know. And it's that's probably easier said than done, but I let it consume me in my life, and so a lot of things went by the wayside while I was TTCing, and I kind of wish I did that differently. Um, I I am definitely doing that differently as far as baby number two. So, but so let's talk about baby number two, right? So to get to baby number two, you guys know I did the IVF egg retrievals. Oh, hold on. Kiki, a fight broke out. Hold on. Fight broke out at the IRS building and they closed the office down early. I don't think they'll give an extension. Oh my goodness. There was probably people there trying to get their taxes done. Somebody jumped the line. Oh my goodness. Good night. Well, I
Huh?
mean, the taxes just have to be postmarked for the 15th, or e-filed by the 15th. You know, so people got until tomorrow. Like I have been in the post office, like the main post office, at 10 o'clock at night, trying to get a postmark on my taxes before in life. So I know that life very well. You just need that postmark, man. And on tax day, that line is long trying to get that postmark. And you can't just go to the regular post office. You got to go to the big post office that's open till midnight, or open 24/7 to get that done. So I have been there and done that. And I don't recommend it. And that was back when I was filing on, filing via the mail before, you could just use software online and e-file. So I, I've certainly been there, and I don't recommend it, man, because you will be standing there for a while trying to get that postmark to get it on time. But if you don't owe, there isn't a penalty. The only penalty to filing late when you're due a refund is if you wait too many years, you won't get your refund because when they do pay the refund, they do pay it with interest. And so they're within their right to just be like, well, we don't owe you jack because you took too long to file. So, but yeah. Now I am in the anyway. I ain't gonna get into that. That's not relevant to anything. But going back to uh, baby number two. So I right being in the line. um Going back is so I did the egg retrievals. For those who may be new to the channel and just trying to catch up on the journey to baby number two, I did the egg retrievals not last year, but the year before. So that was what's the 2024? That was 2022. Yeah, 2022. I did the egg retrievals in November and December. I currently have five embryos in winter camp, and four of them are pretty decent quality. One is not great quality at all. Um, Given they are not PGT tested, so I have no idea if any of them are chromosomally sound. I have no idea what the genders are of those five embryos. If I use my last IVF egg retrievals as any indication, I probably have if mm, if I get the same results from my first two rounds of IVF, I only have two decent embryos in that mix. One from each uh one from each retrieval cycle. Now, um I know exactly which ones those will probably be. They were always the best quality embryos. of each batch, but it was just one. And I have experience having a perfectly graded embryo not be chromosomally sound. So I know that's the deal.
Mom.
So in going into this journey, I am essentially going in blind. Um, at best, I'm expecting two chromosomally sound embryos out of the five. Um, which means I'm hoping I get a baby out of the first one and not have to go through anything, but I'm thinking I will probably need to go through maybe three transfers. At worst, four transfers. The fifth transfer, I don't even think will be worth it, but push comes to shove, I will give it a try. But I'm hoping to get pregnant before we get there. Um, so what has held me up all this time is that I have needed medical clearance from two separate doctors. So I needed medical clearance from my endocrinologist on my insulin resistance. He had refused to give me that medical clearance until my A1C got under 7. And then I needed medical clearance from the high risk OB, also known as the maternal fetal medicine doctor or MFM. So at the time that I went in, I want to say April of last year, um, I told my fertility clinic that in order for me to get in to see the MFM, that I needed a referral because they are a referral only office. I wanted to see the same MFM I had while I was pregnant with baby G. And so I didn't want to see a random one because, again, I'm overweight. We already know the fertility doctors and doctors in general are always like against women who are overweight. I'm older, right? And I figured if I had a chance with an MFM that was going to say yes to me getting pregnant again, the best chance was with the doctor who saw me rock my last pregnancy, right? So I wanted to make sure I saw him. So I told the clinic in April that I needed a referral. They said they were going to send in the referral. June comes around. I have still don't have an appointment with the MFM. I called to see if they had the referral. They said they did not have the referral. I said, okay, I'll have to call the fertility office again to have them resend the referral. And then what they told me on that call was, oh, by the way, we don't do these appointments very often, and there is currently a at least 6-month waiting list to get in. And I'm like, you're kidding me. So that means it's now June. I am probably not going to be able to see this MFM until early 2024. Okay. So I just prepared to like not get that call until the next year. I called the fertility clinic, told them about the weight. Um, they claim they put a stat on it like that was going to make a difference. Why would I be more important than a woman who's already pregnant? The stat doesn't even make any sense. Long story short, I got the call to schedule an appointment in October. My appointment to see the MFM happened in early November of last year. So I went and saw that doctor. He was very happy to see me. He wanted to see pictures of baby G. Of course, he didn't deliver him. But he was over my care while I was pregnant. Everything was good. He was very positive. If you've been following me for a while, you probably remember me saying that I didn't think he liked me very much. And I told him that because like he had given me a compliment towards the end of the pregnancy, and I said, "Oh, I didn't think you liked me very much." And he was just like, "Why? What would make you think that?" And so he was all, give me a hug, and was very happy to see me. And I was like, "Well, I have pictures of the baby," and he was just like, "I was gonna say you better show me pictures." of him. And so he was very happy to see him. But he's in an office that's far away. I swear all my doctors have moved away. So he will, so provided I get pregnant again, he will not be my MFM going forward. I would have somebody else. But it was great to see him. He didn't give me a whole lot of static on my weight, considering that the day I went to see him, I weighed in, I think I was 267. That's the other thing I should say. I'm not been very happy with my weight lately. But anyway, I was about 267 when I saw him. He didn't give me a whole lot of static about my weight at all. And I thought he would. He said, I don't understand why the fertility that he said himself, he didn't understand why the fertility doctor needed an okay from him. If everybody is aware of the risk and are okay and accepting of them, he didn't see why he needed to be involved or give an okay. But that being said, he didn't think my risk factors, I have access to excellent care, having a endocrinologist, and my primary care physician is managing my blood pressure, the endocrinologist is managing my insulin resistance. He did agree my A1C needed to be under 7 to get pregnant, and then the goal during pregnancy would be to get it under 6 during pregnancy, but definitely have it under 7 prior to attempting to get pregnant. He agreed with that. And then he said, as far as weight is concerned, there's no magic number that he can give to say it's okay to get pregnant. So as long as the fertility clinic is cool with with my weight would not be an issue. Um so essentially he was giving me the okay to get pregnant. In reality, that was the one I was most afraid of. And so that took a lot of stress off of my back, because I was afraid that I would get a no from the MFM. But in reality, I had an essentially complication free pregnancy, and I just had a lot of monitoring, which was annoying, but I didn't have really any complications. And then you could say even at birth, it appeared that I had a blood pressure issue at birth, but I think it was just the machines not really reading me well. So I think I need to be more adamant about having them take my blood pressure manually instead of allowing the machines to handle my blood pressure, because the readings are drastically different. So that's my lesson going forward. I probably wouldn't have had that extra day in the hospital, and then that night of blood pressure protocol had I brought that up sooner. So so I got the okay from that. So that clearance went straight to the fertility clinic because they put in the referral in the first place. So next was me getting my A1C under 7 so that I could get the referral from my endocrinologist. That turned out to be stop. That turned out to be a lot more challenging than I thought it would be, despite being on Ozempic and then eventually Manjaro, which my endocrinologist thought would go towards helping me lose weight. Jokes on everybody. Neither one of those medicines helped me lose any weight whatsoever. They did what they were supposed to do as far as my A1C went. I did finally get my A1C under 7 with my blood testing in early January. My A1C was 6.7. So in that appointment, I was able to get my second medical clearance from the endocrinologist for the go ahead to do the embryo transfer. So I have both medical clearances now. Um, even though I got that clearance in early January, I did not turn in the clearance to the fertility clinic until March 25th. Why did I not turn it in until March 25th? Well, the reality is I had a whole lot going on work wise. My to do list was already very long. I knew if I got busy on the TTC side of things, my to-do list would just get that much longer. And it's been a year since I've done all of the testing, so I pretty much have to do everything all over again. So I'll probably have to do another EKG. I'll probably have to do another water sono. I need another pap smear. I need another mammogram. I need, all of these things I have to do before I can go in. And I wasn't really looking to do a transfer until about this time frame anyway. Um, but then, work got incredibly busy. So I am now on my fourth cycle. It was like today is cycle day 3. I am now on my fourth cycle since getting that clearance. But I did turn the clearance into the clinic. It didn't trigger them to try to make an appointment with me. I think that's going to be on me to call them and say I'm ready to come in and get this process started. I thought I would have maybe tried to call them on Friday. I got busy Friday, so I didn't get a chance to do it. A girlfriend of mine asked me what was my hesitation as far as like turning that in. I don't think it was really a hesitation. I think it's just more, it just doesn't seem as much of a priority to do right now. But the fact of the matter is, I did just turn 44 on Tuesday, right? This is a birthday chat. So I got an issue get off the pot. You know what I mean? I'm getting up there. The age gap between any potential child and baby G is just getting larger. Um, and I'm coming up on not wanting to be bothered with um trying to have a baby pretty soon. So I do want to give it the good old college try. I only have stop. I'm not going to tell you again.
I
The
cannot.
next time you do that, you're going to go to timeout.
I don't want to go to
I
timeout.
know you don't want to go to timeout. So that means you need to use your listening ears
Yes, you
and
do
hear what
listen
mommy's
here.
saying.
Yes, I can. Mommy saying.
So, here, turn around this way so I can get this side. So, I, so it's in, that's half the journey. I have to now call them to trigger all the appointments. So, I'm a little scared at getting that going, especially since, like I said, my supervisor is going to be taking a leave of absence in about a month. So my work life is about to get super busy. And scheduling, the appointments that I need is going to become a little bit more cumbersome. So I think I have a month to at least get all the other appointments done and catch up. It could be a month before I could even get in with this clinic again since I've been out. So I probably need, if I'm going to do this at all this year, I probably need to get that together. We do also have a family reunion, which, by the way, tomorrow is the last day for me to pay for the family reunion. So we got a family reunion at the end of July that's in Chicago that I want to go to. Um, I will be the only one representing my dad because it is his side of the family. I'll be the only one representing my dad. So it'll just be me and baby G at this family reunion. So I want to make sure I go. Plus, my company is based in Chicago, and none of them have seen me since before I gave birth. The ones in Chicago anyway. They have not seen me in person. So, while I'm up there, I just wanted to like peek in. That'll also give them a chance to meet baby G and all of that. So um I definitely want to do that. We also got invited to go to Jamaica for a wedding in December. So I definitely want to do that. So I've been trying to see what that would look like while TTCing. Like if I was pregnant, how far along would I be? Also trying to manage the possibility of miscarriage again because I don't know if any of these embryos are chromosomally sound. Um, if any of them are. I mean, I don't know. I was 4 years older when I did those retrievals, so it's possible that none of them are chromosomally sound. I would hope that at least one is, but you know, that's a, you're about to go to timeout.
I don't want to.
I told you to stop doing that. Don't do it again. Put the metal down. So I'm a little nervous, very trepidatious going in, but I have to mentally prepare myself for these possibilities because they are strong possibilities. Those were 42-year-old eggs, and while my second batch was graded, they're all day six. If I remind you, baby G was a day six for BB. Um, three of the five, I want to say three of the five embryos or four of the five embryos are graded better than baby G was. So, um, so I just, you know, it is what it is. All right, hold on. Let me get to this. All right. So, do you want to implant two embryos this time around? Absolutely not. I'm not looking for potential twins or anything like that. I only have five embryos. I'm perfectly fine with one at a time. I have one. I'm just looking for one more, God willing. you know. So I don't want to do two. Would I be eligible to put two in because they're not PGT tested? Yes, but I'm not interested in more than one. So they may want to do two, but I don't need that risk. I'm happy with just doing one. Kiki. Um uh Happy birthday. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you. We didn't do anything specifically for my birthday. I didn't even have cake or blow out any candles. Um Last weekend we were in Legoland, so that was fun. We spent the weekend out there. A little skeevy in the hotel room that we stayed in because we had 2-day tickets. Won't be going to that hotel again, but Legoland was fun. So it was Legoland, their water park, and Peppa Pig. And so that was a cool kind of like mom thing. My mom friend that I hang out with. We went there for the weekend. And so I guess that was like my little birthday thing. But I need to work on my time off for the rest of the year. Um, Make sure I get to the end of the year, and because I want to do this wedding in Jamaica because baby G, thanks to Sandra inviting us to Paris last year. Baby G does have his passport. My passport, on the other hand, expires Christmas of this year.
That one wasn't for you.
I want to make use of baby G's passport because it only lasts for 5 years. And so I want to get him at least one or two more stamps on it before his expires. I have to renew mine. I have to see what that looks like for my TSA pre-check and my global entry. And work all of that out. But I got until December, so there is time. There is time. But I just want to make sure that we're set up and we're definitely going. Um, Considering that I've done the taxes, the money is there to make the trip to Jamaica. So I definitely want to go and make that trip to Jamaica. The question is, how long will we stay? I don't know if I'm gonna just go for the weekend or if we'll just stay for a week. Maybe not in the resort that they get married in. Maybe a different resort in use of one of my vacation plans. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So that would be nice to just take like a chill tropical like trip to Jamaica um with baby G and see how that goes. So um you said tell my home. Sorry, you said tell my home you miss it. You talking about Chicago? You talking about Chicago or don't touch? Or you talking about here in Florida? Because I know you're in California now. Thank you, Kiki, for baby G number two. Yeah, it would be baby G number two. The same reason, like, you guys know why he's baby G? Because I said no matter what, the middle name will begin with G, so that's why he's baby G. Because of my sister Gwendolyn. So if ever I have a girl, the middle name will be Gwendolyn. But if I have another boy, I'll have to come up with a name. I don't have any boy name. I have my girl name already picked out, but I do not have another boy name, so I would have to make that up. Now, provided I get pregnant again, and I just had this discussion with the sitter because there's a couple people who have been pregnant recently, and I want to say I was just watching like I watched Married at First Sight, and one of the girls from an old season is like pregnant now, and she said that it's a surprise. Old Jamaica, Jamaica shark. Okay, I've never been to Central Florida. Yes, I saw Winter Haven when you went to Legoland. Yes, no ma'am. I hear you. I hear you. Jamaica. I'm sorry. I'm like,
Land?
it's to the clock of that girl.
Oh my
Give me, but yes. When I get to Jamaica, I will tell you home. You say hello. Hey mom, what they doing? So yeah. So and thank you, Kiki, for the birthday wish. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So she said she didn't know what the gender of her baby was, and it's just gonna be a surprise. And she was big belly pregnant, so she didn't know what she was having. And so I was telling my sitter, I said, I don't know, like, because I don't know the gender of these embryos, I have no clue what I would be getting pregnant with. Now, I know that I'm not going to do sneak peek again because I'd already said that I would try to hold off on getting the gender. So I don't think that I can make it to birth, though. And I know that I will do the NIPT testing at 9 weeks, especially since the embryos were not PGT tested. And the NIPT testing would get me the gender, but I don't think I want to know the gender at 9 weeks. Stop. At I would think at best I could probably get to the anatomy scan and learn the gender then. But also, what I was considering is, do I really want to know the gender early if the embryo is not chromosomally sound and I may potentially lose the pregnancy? So I'm thinking if I get the gender before birth, it will probably be at anatomy scan or later. I don't honestly think that I can make it that long to go to birth, and I don't know that I want to go to birth because gender disappointment is very real. I do understand I just want a healthy baby, but I'm still itching for that little girl. And I feel like I don't want to go into birth. I want to go into birth mentally prepared for whatever I'm having. So I don't want to say, "Yay, the baby's born. What is it? It's a boy." Oh, right. Like I don't want that. um, I don't think that that's what it will be, but again, gender disappointment is very real. So I think I would want to know so that if I am having another boy, and because I'm not going to have another, like, even if I have embryos left over, I'm not going to try again. It's baby or bust, one baby or bust. So if I think I need to know before birth so that I can be mentally prepared for whatever the gender is. Um, if I end up with a girl, great. If I end up with a boy, great. But I'll probably have to prepare myself mentally for just having two boys and not getting the girl. Right. Not that I wouldn't be happy. I can't imagine what my life would be like without baby G. um you know, in a perfect world, I'd have one boy, one girl. So it's just I don't know. There's a lot of things swirling around my decision to know the gender and when to know the gender. But I'm speaking ahead of myself. I gotta get pregnant first. So this, one hurdle at a time. Right, one hurdle at a time. Did you go to the Beyonce concert? Or are you going to any concerts, festivals, or Broadway plays this year? I did go to Beyonce last year. I posted about that on Instagram. I didn't post on YouTube. So a friend of mine asked if I wanted to go. I am actually not a Beyonce fan, to be honest. I am in no way, shape, or form part of the Hive. I do enjoy her music, but I'm not really a fan of Beyonce. Her concert was not here in Orlando. It was actually in Tampa. So that's about a 2-hour drive to get to the concert. My friend wanted to drive there and come back. She also has a kid about a year older than baby G. So she had to work the next day. So she wanted to go there, the 2 hours there, have the concert, which was a 3-hour set, and then the 2 hours coming back. I spent over $200 on babysitting fees. Um, plus $300 on the ticket. Like, I spent way too much money on Beyonce. I didn't buy new outfits. I didn't get my hair done. I didn't buy new shoes. I just spent $300 on the ticket, probably another 225, 250, something like that on the babysitter. Way too much money for Beyonce. Um, there are a number of concerts that are coming this way that I wouldn't mind going to. Like, there's the R&B, was it the R&B Queens with Escape and SWV, special guest Maya 702 and Total. I would love to go to that event. However, it's in Tampa or Jacksonville. So again, another 2-hour ride. Plus I gotta pay for a babysitter. So I don't think I'm gonna be going to that concert. Chris Brown, it turns out Chris the same day, because I was like, I wonder why they're not coming to Orlando. But then I learned that the Chris Brown concert is the same exact day here in Orlando. So my guess is he got the venue they wanted, and so they ended up in Tampa instead of coming here. So stop, sit back. I'm gonna ask you to get down in a minute. So so that's why, but that is going to be a really good concert. I also heard that Tamia and Joe are going on tour, and they're going to be here in October, I think. um I don't know if they're going to be here in Orlando. If they're here in Orlando, I might try to make that one, because that's going to be a good show too. So I don't know. I'm not really a concert goer like that, but I enjoy the concerts that I have been to in my life. I did enjoy Beyonce. I knew a lot more of her music than I thought I would know, because the last album I really listened to was Four, and she didn't play a lot of music from Four, but I guess I've been listening to enough radio to hear enough of her music to get by. So that was it was a good concert. She puts on a good show. I can't deny that. I'm just not really a fan of hers. As far as plays, your ears are not dirty, babe. As far as plays, I haven't heard anything coming here. I would have loved to see Candy's play, but it's not coming here. And I haven't heard anything that was coming here anytime soon that I'm interested in. I'm probably more likely to see a play than I am to go to a concert. So I'll keep my eyes and ears open for what's coming. But I don't have anything planned this summer. But I definitely wanted to do like a tropical kind of vacation. Looks like that might be in December. It's kind of hard during the summer because that's also hurricane season. So all of the tropics around here are also experiencing hurricane season. So I, kind of want to stay close to home. But I think I definitely need to plan a trip a long weekend up to Philly during the summer. I got to see how that fits in with the TTC. So But that's something that we can just do on a quick weekend. I don't need a whole lot of advance notice for me to do that trip. So
No,
we'll
we're
see.
not stole that
We'll
cookie jar.
see. I want to be surprised by the sex of my baby. It goes against everything in my spirit, but I want I want to tough it out and wait. I know it just seems like because you know what, going in with baby G, because I said once I got to IVF, I said I had 3 embryos. The very first IVF egg retrieval, I sent 3 embryos for PGT testing. I said if I only got one embryo that was normal, I didn't want to know the gender, right? But then my RE immediately told me the gender after I told him I didn't want to. So, but then he suggested that I do another retrieval. And it was easier for me to make the decision to do another retrieval instead of just going into a transfer because I knew that that embryo was a boy, right? Which essentially is baby G. So because I was still itching for the girl, and I already knew that the embryos that were not chromosomally normal were all boys. So I had 3 boys in that first set of embryos. And then the second set of embryos for that back to back retrieval, I because I already knew the gender for his embryo, I wanted to know the gender for the normal embryo, and that one was a girl. The other 2 that were not chromosomally sound were boys. So out of the 6 embryos, 5 were boys and 1 was a girl. So and my donor tends to make a lot of boys. He's got a couple of girls out there, but not many. Most of the children that have been born to him have been boys. So I have high chances of having another boy, but what can I do, right? You can only do so much. So I did get a girl once that was chromosomally sound. There's no reason why I can't get another girl. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. So we'll just have to see. I feel like I am too anxious and I would want to know. But if the information is kept from me, like I think I would be watching the ultrasounds like a hawk. I could tell when they're looking, between the legs and all of that. Like I would know, like from looking at the ultrasound. Like I would have to tell the tech to tell me to look away when she planned to look at. But I don't know that I would actually do it. So it's like I don't know. It's kind of like a in the moment kind of thing. So but I don't think I can get to birth. I don't think I can get to birth because of the whole gender disappointment thing. But I feel like if I tough it out so far, I may very well go to birth. I don't know. I gotta see how I feel about the situation. That's it. That's it. I don't know. I'm so up in the air about what to do. But I think it's a bridge I'm gonna have to cross when I get to it. So I worry about gender disappointment. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all working hard out here. The goal is a healthy baby. We don't really, even though there are designer babies out here, we only get to choose so much. So I may not have an option. My 5 embryos may be all boys, right? I don't know, but they could be. They could very well be. Statistically, they could very well be. So what's not for me is not for me. So you want to not right now, baby. But I think you should be getting ready to go to sleep. It's late. Yes, it's long past bedtime. Yep, this is like straight aloe, y'all. I've strained it in a cheesecloth, so there are no chunks or anything in it.
Yep.
But this is straight aloe that I use on his hair. I didn't stop.
Mommy.
It works great. It's kind of like a pre poo kind of mask, and also has like some detangling, and it's got microbial pop. All of that great. Aloe has a lot of great things, and it provides a lot of like moisture and stuff for his hair. So I will probably let him sleep in this, and I'll wash this out tomorrow morning and do something real quick with his hair before he goes off to the center. But yeah, children disappointment is real, but at the end of the day, once the baby's here, that becomes your life, and then you don't even know what life would have been like without that baby. So, you know, but I certainly do not intend to keep trying to get a girl. Right? I said two, and then I'd be done, regardless of the outcome there, gender wise. So, but sometimes God doesn't always give us what we want. Sometimes, but He always gives us what we need. So, maybe He'll feel that I need a girl. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully a little girl. You know what? My sitter said she had a dream um that I was coming to pick up baby G and I had a newborn baby girl in the back seat. So I took that as a good omen. And I'm happy to continue to take that as an omen, and see where that goes. So hopefully she had a good dream and that'll be what it'll be. So I don't, all we can do is hope and dream, right?
Mom?
SWV still tour. I know you're lying. No, no, no. They went on tour. They did a whole reality show, SWV and Escape. So after they did Versus, SWV and Escape did a Versus, and they went on tour after that Versus. And it was a pretty successful tour, but they had some issues with as far as like who was headlining, who was getting paid what, and all of that. And so in the reality show, it wasn't looking good for them, doing another tour, but I guess they worked it out. And so now they got this other tour that they're doing. I don't know if they're co-headlining or whatever the case may be, but they're calling it R&B Queens or Queens of R&B, something like that. Um and so they're doing this tour. And I know I watched that versus. That versus was like a whole concert, and they both there's great music on both sides, so I know that concert is bomb. And I like Maya as an artist, I like 702 as an artist, and I'm a fan of Total as artist, but I thought somebody on 702 had passed away, and Pam, I think, or was it Keisha? One of them was on a reality TV show as of late, and she didn't really want to be back out here on stage. So I'm wondering if all of Total is touring. So I have questions. I have questions about the people on this tour. But I'm sure Maya is happy to be out there touring, somewhere too. So, and I know Monica is on tour with somebody. Who's she on tour with? I think she's on tour. I don't know. She's on tour with somebody. Stop. So, it's a lot of good music out there. I'm here to relive the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Mommy, and all of that you music. Don't making my hair. Mom. I am done now. Yes, I am. Do I have a support system with Baby G? Well, define support system. I have a sitter that support. I can pay for a sitter when I need to go somewhere or do something. That's support. As far as like help with another baby, I am probably gonna have to have someone fly in. Because my niece passed away 3 years ago. So I don't have any family here in Orlando. And the mom friend that I had were not so much friendly anymore, who lived nearby. So that is who would have essentially cared for baby G while I was in the hospital. So I'm probably going to have to fly somebody in. I do have a couple of aunties who would come in. I have a girlfriend who works remotely. She'd be more than happy to come in for those days while I'm in the hospital to watch baby G. And he can continue to go to the sitter, so they'd have their full day, you know. And the sitter's not far from here, so they'd have their full day to themselves, and he would have like kind of like his regular schedule. Only I just wouldn't be home. So I think I can create a system for the time that I would need as far as like going into the hospital. But as far as having like something like like at the ready here, I don't really have that. It is still a struggle to build the mom tribe. I've never stopped trying to build the mom tribe, but it's just really hard. I hoped that I would have made some new mom friends with him going to soccer, but while the moms are friendly and the kids get along, they're not really interested in putting extra things on their schedule. You know what I mean? So that's been really difficult. I'm hoping that, once he gets into school, that maybe I'll make some new parent friends that are local, that might be of some assistance. Um, but I fared pretty well, with a C-section on my own. I will have another doula. I will have doula, hopefully the same doula I had before. I, I still have all my postpartum doula hours, so she owes me those. Um, so hopefully she's still working and not retired by the time that I manage to get pregnant. So I will probably make use of the postpartum doula more, with a second child, just to get some help like with him. And then my job now, instead of 14 weeks maternity leave, they now give us 20 weeks maternity leave. So I was thinking I probably wouldn't be out as long as I was considering, but with 20 weeks maternity leave, I probably will be out 6 months again. Um, and then I could probably put some money away. Hopefully, I can put some money away for that unpaid time. So there's that. So that plan is the same. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just again, I'm older. I'm hoping that it is still another, dream pregnancy with no complications and no surprises or anything like that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. From your city to God's ears. Yes, yes, sure. All right, that's why the good Lord made doulas. Making friends with grown-ups is difficult. It is. It's so freaking difficult, and everybody is super busy, and it's hard to depend on anybody, But I do have, it's funny. It's like I have a lot of friends, but nobody lives in the state. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. 702. They sounded horrible at the Essence Festival. No, don't say that. One of my go-to karaoke songs is "Where My Girls At." Don't say that. Oh, sorry about the loss of your niece. Thank you. I mean, I'm unfortunately I am not new to loss. But I miss her. I miss her every day. She's still here. I mean, her ashes are here. So she's still here. Hey Ash. Actually, like around my birthday, I want to say on 3 or 4 different instances, a ladybug has appeared on my car, in the house. Baby G had said he saw a ladybug outside. I didn't see that ladybug, but maybe he did see an actual ladybug. And so I feel like, that might be her visiting me a little bit, because that was her nickname. So every time I see a ladybug, I get to think about her. And it's just, I think it's just super sad because she's super young and she left 2 young girls, here, that she didn't get to see their milestones of life. So that's probably the saddest part, about her not being here. Um, and I feel bad for my nephew because, which was Ashley's little brother, because her mom was, well, I should say their mom was killed in 2010 by my nephew's father, who went to jail. And the year he was supposed to get out of jail, he passed away in jail. And so now, with both mom and dad gone, and now his older sister gone, he is the only one in their family who is left. And I don't know. Sometimes I hear he's doing well. Sometimes I hear he's not doing well. And I cannot be captain save everybody, And so he is a grown man. I can't continue to take care of grown people, as bad as I feel. So it's tough. Family is hard. Family is hard. I think probably the best part about it is that I'm all the way down here and I'm somewhat removed from a lot of the hard family drama. But I still hear about it. So it is, families are complicated things. So what do you do? What do you do? I have to focus on me and my immediate family, and what's best for us here. And if that means not inviting drama and stress into our world, then that's what it means. Grown people have to take care of themselves, unfortunately. And as much as I like to help and want to help, I can't always be the person to do it. Can't always be that person. So, but yeah. So, I said this live wouldn't be long. We made it over the 2 hour mark. So, but yeah, that's what's going on with us. It's a lot, I know. It's a lot, and we're just trying our best to get through it, and you know, do the best we can. I am trying to figure out this weight thing. Like I said, I had like a month and a half of like hardcore like work, and I was just not getting any sleep, and my weight like just ballooned, and it was I wasn't eating any different, and so it's got to be like cortisol or something, that my weight just got out of like crazy, and so I am trying to get back on like supplements because I haven't been like on my supplements or my medications for that matter, like blood pressure medications. So I am back uh to supplements, so prenatals, probiotics, uh the iron, my B complex, my vitamin D. They go hand in hand with like mood, and I feel like being on like the Ozempic and the Manjaro kind of like slowed my digestion down a lot. So I felt very like bloated. So the probiotics are like helping with that. So I feel like I don't feel the weight on me as much, but the weight is there because I can see it. And it's scale don't lie either. And so I just have to get back to better sleep. So part of what's been going on is I'm not getting sleep even when I go to bed at a regular hour. I'm not getting good sleep. Like it's very broken up. It's very much disturbed in the middle of the night. So I need to get back to more quality sleep, and that will also help my weight. Sleep is so important to weight loss and what your body needs to do to just recover. And when I'm not sleeping, I it is incredibly difficult for me to lose weight no matter what I'm doing. So I just have to get back to that because if I can get my sleep in a good place, that means I can get back up in the mornings. I can do my little exercises in the morning that actually do make the scale move in the right direction. Um, my mood is in a better place. When my mood is in a better place, baby G is in a better place with his mood. So, I just need to get life. I'm just trying to get back to life. And I feel like, me not having it together there is another reason why I've just been putting off the whole baby number two journey. Now I see why family is so important to you. That's why you did SMBC and didn't wait for a husband. All you could do is pray and live your best life with baby G. Yeah, I mean, my family's not the most bonded. We don't bond in times of trouble. We don't bond well in situations like that. And in some situations where, somebody dies or somebody gets married, families tend to bond in those moments, not mine. So, it's tough. Do I have members of my family that I've been close to? I want to say the closest member in the family that I was my sister, and she has passed away now. right? She passed away before I started this journey. I am still close to my brother, the younger of my two brothers, but we don't talk all the time. So it's more like an unspoken bond that we have. And he don't call and check on me. It's usually me calling him, you know. So it is what it is, but like we have an unspoken bond. But he's got his own, you know, wife and life and kids and drama that he's dealing with. So I understand. Like I'm the late bloomer in my family, you know, so I'm the one who's never been married. Everybody else in my family has been at least married once before. Um my oldest brother doesn't have any kids. He's not married now, but you know, he's 18 years older than me, right? And so, you know, being the youngest, I'm just kind of like just out here doing my thing, you know. If somebody catches up with me, they catch up with me. Um, I didn't always want to be a mom, right? I've been an auntie since I was 7 years old. I didn't always want to be a mom. I was around very spoiled children most of my life. But you know, when someone challenged my ability, you know, when caught that fibroid in 2006, and someone basically put a time limit on my ability to become a mom, it was kind of like, oh, well, now I need to decide if I really want to do this, you know, or not. And this was plan B. You know, it wasn't, you know, I've been talking about using a donor and being a single mom by choice, even though I didn't know that that's what it was called since I was 30 years old. I'm 44 now. It's been 14 years. And I didn't even get started on this journey until I was 37, I think. Yeah, 37. So, you know, for 7 years, I talked about it without doing anything. You know, in jest, but it was on my mind. You know, I knew I wasn't gonna wait for a husband to show up. But I was dating with a purpose, you know. I haven't given up on love. I hope to find a husband one day or him to find me. But right now that's not a priority. I mean, I think once I moved into this journey, I kind of settled myself on maybe finding love after I had, you know, after I was done trying to have kids. Um, but I also left it open to potentially have more with the new husband now. Do I want to be, you know, I don't know. Right? I'm getting up there. So, you know, I'm perfectly fine with finding somebody who already has kids if we just happen to have a baby, you know, naturally together. You know, I do still have a block too, you know. You just happen to have a baby together, okay. You know, it ain't because I'm trying. And if he doesn't have any kids and he wants to have another one, I am open to having another one, but I ain't paying for the IVF. You know, I'll you know, depending on what my job got, I'll bring the good fertility insurance, but I ain't paying for it. You want a baby, you won't be paying for the IVF. You know what I mean? Um, so it is what it is. What insurance covers IUI and IVF? Well, I want to say most of the major insurance companies will cover it to some extent, but it's really about what your job's plan is if your insurance is through your job. Um, if you live in a state with mandated infertility coverage, then there's probably some coverage for IUI and IVF. Unfortunately, becoming a single mom by choice is not considered infertility. Um, I was fortunate but unfortunate enough to have an infertility issue with my tubes, which kind of put me in that category. So insurance wasn't too hard up. But if I didn't have any fertility issues, my insurance probably would not dig in unless the doctor, you know, put some kind of diagnosis code or something like that in there. Right now, being older, you know, if I had low ovarian reserve or something like that, would probably put me in kind of like an infertility category. But not having a partner to get pregnant with is not considered infertility. You know, that makes sense. Have you tried to join church small groups for single women? Well, church is a very sensitive subject. Touched on this subject a few times. I don't really think organized religion is for me. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I feel like I have a relationship with God? Yes. Do I feel like I need to be in a church to have a relationship with God? No. Right? God is everywhere. He's not just between the four walls and the ceiling of a church or a kingdom hall or, a mosque or whatever. So I feel like I manage that relationship between me and God. And in general, I just feel like He wants us to be good people. And that's what I strive to be on a daily basis. There are plenty of people who attend church all the time and are not good people, you know. So it just is what it is. I don't want to go to church because I'm looking for a mate, right? I didn't want that to be my reason for attending church, right? Because I'm looking for a husband or what have you. Plenty of people who go to church are looking for partners outside. So if I'm meant to find a husband, he'll find me one way or the other when we're both ready. That's how I look at it. I haven't found my husband because either I'm not ready, he's not ready, or neither of us are ready. When we're both ready, we'll find each other. Um, Regardless of how that will be. So I'm not I don't feel like we really need to be looking for each other. I think we just need to be open to receiving each other. Um, and that'll be what it'll be. I think I'm like right now I'm just too busy. Am I open? Like if somebody's like found me or asked me for my number or whatever, I wouldn't turn it down if I was interested in them. But unfortunately here in Orlando, men don't step to the women like they would like say if I was still in Philly, So I'm not expecting to get approached by anyone by any means down here. Um so it's definitely something I would have to actively be looking for to find a man. But who knows? Maybe I'll bump into somebody in the supermarket. But as you can see, I get my groceries delivered. So what supermarket am I walking around? I don't know. I don't know. I thought maybe I probably had a good shot at the Geek Squad dude that was here to fix my TV twice in a row. Um, but I was seeing somebody the second time he came around, and I think that kind of threw him off. So I don't know. But anyway, that was some years ago, long before me even being on this journey to being a single mom by choice. But my therapist once said that you have to work at relationships or dating like a job, and I just don't have the energy to work a job, be a mom, and not be out here dating and giving it the same energy I would give my work, right? I don't have that kind of energy. So I needed to like come to me in a much easier way. So yep, I do still work remote, so I ain't meeting nobody in no office either. And there are new people getting hired at my job, but they're in like Chicago or in Belfast or in the UK, right? They're not here. And then I'm not even like, like our team is so large now, we can't even have like team meetings anymore where we all come together into Chicago to like meet new people. But it's like, what am I going to do? Move to Chicago? That ain't happening. You couldn't pay me to move anywhere where it snows. Okay. So they would have to move down here. So, and I never felt like I really wanted to do like long distance or anything like that because I have like need to be here in my presence requirements kind of thing. So I don't know. I just think, when the time is right, somebody will come along. Maybe my kids will already be grown. Who knows? Maybe I'll find love at 60 or 70. And it'll be what it'll be. By then my kids will be grown and a non-issue, So it is what it is. I'm not like I miss the companionship of another person, right? It would be nice to have somebody to kiki on the phone with and flirt a little bit or get dressed to go to dinner with, and just the warm body of another man would be nice. But I'm busy. I don't want to say that my life is like completely fulfilled because those are gaps, right? But I'm busy and you have to have time to build relationships and right now I don't have time. Which also makes making friends hard because even just trying to make friendships, you need time to build those relationships and something is always sacrificed. I'm losing sleep, somebody's losing sleep, to make stuff happen or somebody's inconvenienced or changing their schedule to make these things happen. And I have always struggled with like work life balance, and that has always been a struggle for me even before coming on this journey. So now it's like a work life mom triangle, trying to balance, and I have not, 4.5 years in, and I still haven't figured it out, you know, haven't figured it out at all. So you know, um, life be life. As Shar would say, life be life, and we're all just trying to find our way through it, and we're keeping our heads above water over here. Ah, no, he's starting to go to sleep. We're keeping our heads above water over here, just trying to do the best, trying to do the best we can. I'm trying to be. I'm over here messing with the tripod. Just trying to be the best person that I can, and trying to be the best mom that I can, trying to spend enough time with him because again, that work life balance of mine is rough. Working 4 weekends in a row, I'm trapped in the house, he's trapped in the house. So I'm just trying to make sure that he has a fulfilled childhood and that I'm meeting all his needs, and that means getting out here with these other moms and these other kids so he can interact with these kids because he's extremely social. Extremely social. Me, I am an extroverted introvert, right? Like I can be around people and I cannot be around people. So I am perfectly fine with sitting in the house for weeks on end. He is not. Even as a little baby, every 3 days I had to get him out the house, walk him around in a stroller, something. He had to see out of these four walls and this ceiling of this house to maintain sanity. Or he was just completely unhappy. And he's been that way since birth. So, and he gets cabin fever, something serious, and he is super social, way more social than I am. So that is going to be a problem. He gets to school, his social calendar is going to fill up. I already know. And I'm just going to be that much busier with that. And so I'm just hoping to find a circle of mom friends amongst that. Um, and hopefully that be something, But I mean, I don't know that I'm going to make those mom friends soon enough as he goes to school to be an aid if I get pregnant in the next 6 months, right? 4 to 6 months. So I don't know. I don't know. We just have to see how it goes and who meshes well and how we get along. Um, and who has the time because other parents are busy too. They've got their schedules. Their kids already have schedules. You've got blended families. People going over here got to go see dad, whatever family over there got to go see mom, whatever family over there. These kids are busy. So I just hope I'm not stunning him. He will be an excellent big brother. Excellent big brother. He is incredibly obsessed with like babies. We go to the amusement park, he is in every stroller. Look at the baby. Oh, she's so cute. And even the baby's at the sitter, he wants to help. He wants to put the dirty diaper in the trash. He wants to, he's even at the point now where like on Thursdays, he puts on clothes in the morning to help me take out the trash, and I'm encouraging that because at some point that's gonna be his chore to take out the trash. You like taking out the trash? Okay, go take out the trash. Help mommy out. you know. Um. So, you know, I'm just trying to make sure he has everything he needs, and I'm not like kind of stunting his social growth because I am who I am, you know. And it's hard. It's hard because I have to go against my own grain to do what he needs, and that's tough, And I am exhausted, trying to do things with him, for the sake of fun, you know, um, because it is just us, and I don't want us to just kind of sit in these walls. We have to get out, do things, see things. I want him to have that air of like seeing the world, that kind of thing. And while I tend to meet other moms who are just super ready to like be on vacation without the kids. I would love to go on a vacation without him, but I don't feel like I can, So he goes to a sitter and I'm working all day, so he doesn't see me all day. And I feel like, the weekends are like me and him time. That's where we really get to spend our time and bond and all of that, even though I do see him in the evenings. And that's not going to get any better once he goes to school, because then he's going to have school. He's going to be in school all day. Then he's going to have homework that he's going to have to do. It's going to be like projects or what have you. And then, I still need to manage to find fun time. So, what I do try to do, if I can, is maybe like plan like days off where he's at the sitter, and then that's the time I kind of get to myself. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at like taking that time for myself. I usually spend that time cleaning up something I haven't had a chance to clean. Like housework goes wool by the wayside, you know, um, because I'm just busy doing everything else. Now, when I get sick and tired of looking at my house be a mess, then I'll clean it up. But until then, like you can probably see half the mess over here on this other side of this couch. So it's just, well, I'm just doing the best we can, and that's all I can do. That's the best I can. And sometimes that's hard. That's a hard thing to do. So, but we're managing. It's a struggle at times. I don't want anybody to think like this is easy, right? This isn't easy, right? It's not easy to be by yourself. It's not easy. Like parenting is not easy, whether you have a partner or not. It's not easy. Everybody needs a village. Unfortunately, I don't have a village, so it makes it that much harder for me. But I, I get, I guess you could say, compliments from like coworkers all the time, like especially like the guy coworkers. They're like, I don't see how you do it. My kid's home, me and my wife are here. Neither one of us get anything done. How do you manage to get anything done when your kid is at home? I don't know. I just do. I don't. I don't recommend it. It's not easy. The multitasking is exhausting. I multitask for a living, but when he's home, it's on a whole other level because I gotta watch him, and he knows when I'm on a meeting. He's at that age where he knows when I'm on a meeting, and he thinks I'm distracted and I'm not watching him, and he goes looking for trouble. Not that he's getting into trouble. No, he's looking for trouble, and that is just it's mentally taxing, and I critically think for a living, and my brain already hurts, and now I mean my brain is in like the ICU by the end of the day, so I'm tired just thinking about it, but we all do what we have to do, I think for people who have help, um, it seems like impossible for them to be able to do it. But if they didn't have help, they'd have to figure it out, right? So I'm just figuring it out. I ain't saying that I got it down to a science because I don't. Some days are easier than others. Some days are harder than others. It is what it is. And we all have our breaking points. So push come to shove. I need to take a mental health day. I take a mental health day. Mental health is part of our health. Like if we're sick and we need to rest, that's it's no different. If we need a mental health day. So I am fortunate to work remotely. to have a pretty flexible position as far as like doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I am very fortunate to be in that position. Um, my customers don't seem to be too uptight about a kid running around making noise or interrupting meetings. It doesn't happen all the time, but when the few times that it does happen, I often give a disclaimer so that they know there's a possibility that this kind of thing might happen, or they might hear daycare like noises in the background, and everybody is usually okay with that. I think the blessing there is the pandemic. Everybody's had their kids at home and they're, having to do that. I do still have worries about my job, like when they want me to travel. Well, I can't just pick up and go somewhere for 3 days, right? I don't have anybody to watch my kid while I'm gone, so either I can't do that or I have to bring him with me. Now he's not in school right now, so bringing him with me is not that big of a deal, except the fact that I have to pay for that. Um, but once he goes to school, that's going to be pretty much impossible. What is he supposed to miss a bunch of school because I'm traveling for work? That ain't gonna happen. So, you know, I think it will work itself out. That was one of my biggest fears about my job and getting pregnant, um, having to travel and him not being old enough for me to kind of like leave behind. And I definitely didn't want to have to travel and leave him behind when he was like less than a year old. But I think the pandemic helped thwart off that. And so, but push come to shove, I can travel and just come for a shorter amount of time, than everybody else. I'll come for, 1 or 2 nights. And then I just can't hang out afterwards because I'll have to find a babysitter wherever I am. But that will get harder once he gets to school, um, because missing days will then become an issue. So, but shoot, if I put a second kid in the mix, whew, you know, what do I do? The short answer is that I'm an IT consultant. That is the short answer. It doesn't tell you exactly what I do, but I work for a software company that's based out of Chicago. The software that they make is real big in the legal industry, although we do have customers in like healthcare, aerospace, financial, and all of that. So, and education. So, um, I am on the professional services team. So basically, sales will sell our software. It's a bit complicated to configure, and so sales will sometimes sell our services to come in and help them figure out how they should configure the software. We'll install it and configure it for them. And we'll also migrate any existing content that they have from an old system or from whatever they currently lives into the new system that we build for them. So I do everything from the design element to the build element to the migration element. I have done all of it. I don't sell anything, so I don't have any of those sales requirements, but all on the like extremely technical side, although the design element isn't really technical, it's more like functional. Um, but I've been known to do design as well. So I'm kind of like a jack of many trades as far as my team goes. I have enough experience and acumen to speak on the business side as well as on the technical side, which I tend to not be able to do exactly what I want to do because of those specialized skills. Not everybody has them to be able to speak on both sides, business and technical. So, my pedigree, though, is in software engineering. So I am a programmer slash developer by pedigree. My bachelor's is in computer science. My master's is in software engineering. And although I don't develop for a living, but I do get to do some coding. Uh, in the capacity in which I do work. So that's enough to scratch the development itch. Hopefully that helps, Kiki. I know it says a lot and nothing at the same time, but that's the best way that I can describe it. You're doing great if no one has told you lately, and your self talk has been particularly unkind. That's it. You're doing great. We're not very good at giving ourselves grace, but he's healthy, happy, and growing. Yes, thank you. I and you're mostly sane. I call it a win all the way around. Yeah, I mean, I have my moments, right? And I want to say the last couple of years I have been battling depression. Not about being a parent, but just life is hard, right? And whether I had him or not, life would be hard, you know? And so, I feel like emotionally I've not been in the best of places, but I think a lot of that is lack of sleep, and just general like mental and physical fatigue. And I really need to take more vacations than I do. So I'm not very good at taking time off when I don't plan to go somewhere or do something. And so I need to get better at that and not taking time off to do what I couldn't do while my kid was around, right? I really need to take time off to take time off, right? And to really like focus on me. And so I need to make that like a priority. So I don't think I talk about myself too negatively, but it's possible. Shar, you're hearing it. So clearly um, I have not been very good at like tooting my own horn. I feel like I get up every day to do what I'm here to do. Right. I don't think that what I do or how I do it is anything special. I am the same way at my work, where it's just a regular day for me. But to everybody else, it looks like I just go above and beyond, or I'm so super great at this and that. It's like I just strive to be the best I can be every single day, And to me, it's not that special because I'm just trying to be the best I can every day. That's just my mo. So yeah, you're right. I don't, and my therapist has told me that before that I don't recognize my accolades or give myself enough accolades for what I accomplish. Right. I don't recognize my own accomplishments, is what she said. So that is an issue. I have to get better at it. It is what it is. So we're all a work in progress, right? Um, and I feel like, you know, um, I think Lady Leo, she's not been on this live, but she had told me because I didn't do anything for my birthday. She was like, "You have to go through all your birthday pictures and find your best one and post it for this year." And in the process, I went back all the way to 2010. So if you follow me on Instagram, the post that I posted for my birthday, where it was birthday pictures from 2010 up to now. Um, YouTube only gives me a minute. I get a minute and a half on Instagram. So I think on YouTube I had to cut the first 30 seconds out. And so I think that maybe might be 2016 or something. Yeah, I think 2016, yeah, to now on the YouTube short for my birthday. And I was, just looking through the pictures, like, the years have been kind to me. I've had a lot going on, but I'm just glad that I don't necessarily look like what I've been through. And, the years have been kind. And so I was happy to post like kind of like all these birthdays that were like before I was trying to TTC, before that was, you know, even part of a journey, and just kind of looking at myself on my birthdays or on or around my birthdays. And some of them may not be obvious, but there's quite a few trips in there was a cruise in there was a trip to Dubai in there, although that was a work trip. There was a trip to Italy in there, and then and all the birthdays since I've had baby G have included him. And so it's just kind of like, well, um, at least until he gets his own life, right? I won't be alone, on my birthday. So even I don't necessarily have to, I didn't grow up celebrating my birthdays or anything like that. So I don't necessarily feel like I need a party or I need to do anything particularly special or blow out candles every single birthday. But those trips around the sun, man, it's hard sometimes to get around and so many people are leaving us, and so it's something waking up in the morning is something to be grateful for, you know. Um, yeah, was my degree in tech. Yeah. I think I probably answered your question while you were typing this, Kiki, but bachelor's in computer science, master's in software engineering. Yeah, I know. That's why I give the easy answer first, and then I try to explain it. You're either going to understand what I'm talking about or you're not. So that's why when people say, "What do you do?" and I'm like, "I'm an IT consultant," and I just leave it at you got it going on because I just saw something on the news about most people are not working in their degree field. Yeah, um, I have been programming literally since the second grade. It's all I've ever wanted to do is be a computer programmer slash analyst. Did I have other enjoyments in life? Yes. I went to, like I said, I've been programming since the second grade. That carried into middle school and carried into high school. That has been my focus. Has been computers. I honestly think everybody, God gives everybody a gift. I honestly believe tech is my gift. Whether that's development or something that I'm doing on the computer, that just happens to be my gift. Um, I had a hard time finding a job out of undergrad, and I do also have a love for like cosmetology. And since I had such a hard time finding a job out of undergrad, I went into my last interview coming out of undergrad, and I said, if I don't get this job, I'm going to cosmetology school, and that's going to be my career because clearly this computer thing is not going to work out. And I just happened to get that job. So I've been in my profession for over 20 years, right? My first job out of college was with Lockheed Martin. I spent 8.5 years with them. And on March 18th of this year, I crossed the 12-year mark with my current company. So I have been in my profession for 20 years, right? Over 20 years. Um, and it's like, wow, I'm old. I'm old. So I honestly love what I do. Even when I work for Lockheed Martin, I love what I do. I don't always love who I do it for, but I love what I do. And not a lot of people get to wake up and say they love what they do. Do I have an entrepreneurial spirit? I do. I'm always looking for a side hustle. I'm always looking for a way to work hard, work smarter, not harder. Would I quit my job if I found a side hustle that would make money in my sleep? I absolutely would. you know, I would probably still do something that is particularly technical, maybe part time, maybe work as a contractor where I didn't have to work all year round or what have you. But yeah, I wouldn't be a slave to somebody else's job asking somebody's permission to go on vacation. I absolutely would not. So I'm always looking for an opportunity to be my own boss and have all that freedom, now that I have moved into the family realm. And I want to say, my mentality with my front door is open and my floodlight has come on. It's probably the neighbor's cat moving around in the front. But you know, I want to say my mentality as far as like even with the company that I work with, when I started TTCing, it's like I felt this shift from being bothered with like I never wanted to climb anybody's corporate ladder. That's just not me. I like being in the trenches. I like doing the actual technical work. So my path has always been to be a principal in the technology area, not necessarily somebody's CEO or director or anything like that. No shade to anybody who wants to take that route. Unfortunately, that route is too far away from the technology, right? You move away from the technology, you start taking more meetings, and pushing more paper. Just not what I wanted to do. So it's a little difficult for me to carve out like a career anywhere that doesn't have like a principal path, as far as like in the technical realm. There's always a path in most companies. I want to say the company that I'm in now, it's small company problems, so a path anywhere, no matter the position, is difficult to carve out. So like when somebody says, "What are your aspirations? What do you want to do next?" And this is like, well, what is there to do next? You got to tell me that first before I can say whether I want to do it, because I don't see anything for me to do anything else next. But in reality, I am a lot more family focused now, and so it's like I just want the bills paid for now because I'm focusing on building my family. So that's where my mentality is right now. Um, it's probably not what like anybody's job ever wants to hear. When one of their access is like, yeah, I'm more focused on family than I am on progressing my career here. Like I'm fine with coasting where I am while I do this family thing. You know, I think when I'm done having kids, then the next thing is going to be how can I put myself in a position that's best for my family, where that will get me more time with them that doesn't take me away from them. And so, like right now, I'm just coasting because I'm still doing the family thing. But when I'm done trying to have kids, I think my mentality will change and I may start to make some moves because I've been this team that I've been on. I have been with this team for 12 years, right? I haven't. It's not like I worked for any other team, so it is what it is. But I've been working for a very long time, and sooner or later, I'm gonna be looking at retirement. So it is what it is. What have been your win blessings for this year? So far this year, I mean, the year's just started. We're just out of the first quarter. I don't know that I've had any wins. I feel like Baby G and I have been sick since October. I think right now it's like I'm just looking to not be sick, because um, he was on and off with fevers from like mid October. And then I caught this cough that took over a month to go away. And then I got sick again, and that exacerbated the cough. And we just had this bout with the pink eye that we're still dealing with. I mean, we're not contagious or anything, but we're still taking the medicines for it. And then um we had the stomach bug a couple weeks ago. That was rough, so I just this year, I don't want to say no wins. Well, that's not true. um no, I don't feel like we even really got started this year because we were sick. We started this year sick. We're just trying to come out of being sick, and then there's so many things that are like going around. So I want to say just getting in a position where we're not sick would be the win-win for this year. Um, and coming out of my birthday, like I still have like a post nasal and a cough kind of thing. So I'm not 100%. I just want to get back to 100% where I'm feeling good and I can get that in. But if anything was a win, it was that getting my A1C down to 6.7 and getting that second medical clearance. Right. Even though I haven't really been like pushing to get things started, that was a win. I worked really hard to get that down. Then I kind of got sick, so I don't know. I'm due for some blood work with the endo again. I don't know where my A1C is going to be. I might be back over 7 at this point, because I got sick and I got a little lackadaisical with the insulin pump that I'm on now and the continuous glucose monitor. So I have no idea what my glucose has been doing. And when you tend to be sick, your glucose tends to be up higher. And I was not on the insulin or taking anything. So I'm guessing my A1C is probably going to be back up over 7 this go around. But I am on the other side as far as like being sick, and hopefully between this visit and the next visit I can be below 7 on the next go around. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was a hard question, Kiki. Principal engineer. Is that chef's kiss? But the PE route was spread with his own red tape, so I get it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. My company, you know, they tried their best to like come up with like career paths for us to follow, but it fell short. It fell short. So, and having those conversations with my management is, I'm saying the same things I've been saying since before they came up with the plans, right? Where is there to go? Like, if I'm to look for the next level, what does that even look like? I still don't know. You know, I have skills, yes. I am in a different like role, um, kind of. Um, I am still doing a lot of the same work, but that's kind of like secondary to my new role, only because there isn't a lot of work for my current role. But I don't know. I don't want to be somebody's manager. I don't mind being like a team lead, right? But I don't want to be somebody's functional manager. I don't want to be bothered with doing, performance reviews on people or anything like that, right? It's just not really looking forward to that. But would I mind like I wouldn't mind like shaping the young minds that come in and preparing them to be as good as me, or as prepared as me when they go into their customer projects, and making sure that they have the skills and that they're cultivating them. Like, I would rather be in that kind of role than uh what you're doing with your performance review kind of situation. So I don't know, it's tough. And actually I've been propositioned for like independent contractor kind of work where I could work a lot less and make a lot more money. And the only reason why I haven't entertained that is because I need this good fertility insurance right now. So, um, that may be something that I look into a little bit more seriously once I'm done having kids, so I can not be so stressed out with work or working as hard. Like, I don't have to work as hard to make the money that I make. I can make way more money working half as much. Um, Doing something else, or like I can do exactly what I'm doing right now, but for like an individual company, get paid well and not be so stressed, right? Because right now I'm doing it for 6 or 7 or 8 different companies right now, right? Different customers. And I've had people like, well, how many projects do you have going? I've had as many as 8 going on at once. And they're like, how do you manage that? Well, they're not all in the same phase, right? So sometimes there's leniency with this group of customers, while this group of customers I'm having to juggle, right? So, and my role is different on each one, and so it tends to kind of work out. But I am like with the skills that I have with my current job, I am over allocated all the time. So uh, it's a tough place to be. We've got a big team, but I have my projects, and I'm also like a ghost member on other projects because people, like to come to me and ask questions and stuff like that. And a lot of times I get tapped to do stuff that just kind of pop up because they need the A team on that, and I'm always on the A team. I mean, it's a compliment, but at the same time, it's like, can you get somebody else? I don't have bandwidth to do this, you know. And then even when I say I don't have bandwidth, I end up doing it anyway. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and I feel like yeah, she switches companies. It switches companies. Everything is, yeah. That's the thing about IT. When you're good at what, like, it's a double edged sword. When you're good at what you do, everybody wants you. You're in high demand, and everybody wants the person who is going to get the job done, and do it right, especially in emergency situations. So I get tapped a lot for a lot of things, um, but it's a quick road. It's a very short road to burnout, right? And I have come into this year feeling very close to burnout. And that's because I haven't planned any time off for myself. I have been sick. I have not gotten enough sleep. And my manager keeps saying the same thing. She says to me, "Cause you need to take care of your health. I feel like you've been sick since like November." And I'm like, yeah. And it's not that I'm not taking care of my health. I take medicine when I need to take medicine. I just happen to have a kid. And this is like the worst cold and flu season ever. And when we're just over a bug, he gets another bug. And when he's sick, I'm sick. He's always in my face. So we share germs. Get my arm under here. This boy is hot. See all the sweat on my arm. So it's hard to not get sick. And it's not like I'm down for very long. Most of the time I'm like down for a day, 2 days tops. Unless it's like a really, really bad bug, and then I'm like down for quite a few days. But with the stomach bug and the pink eye and the back and forth to the pediatrician and him being sick, then me being sick, because like I'm up not getting any sleep because I'm taking care of him. And then when I get sick behind him, I can't get any rest because he's feeling better and he doesn't want me to be laying down, right? And so it takes me longer to recover. If I can send him to the sitter and take some time off, that would work. But I am more likely, because I work remote, I am more likely to not take time off because I'm sick. Like I'm working while being sick simply because I can sit at home with tissue up my nose all day and kind of sort of laid up and listening to meetings and participating and all of that because nobody has to look at me. But in reality, if I had to be in somebody's office, I would be off. I wouldn't be going into the office feeling that bad. And that's my fault. Like I have to take that I work in the office mentality when it comes to me being sick and taking the time off. But unfortunately, because I'm in the positions that I'm in, because I work the projects that I work, I never feel like it's a great opportunity or it's a great time to be sick, right? It's never a good opportunity. So, but if my kid were sick and I needed to take him to the hospital, it'd be like F that. I'm taking my kid. But when it comes to myself, it's to my my detriment. That's what I have to work on. Everybody else clocks out at 5. Um, when they're sick, they take off. They don't care what's going on, what meeting, how hard it was to schedule that meeting. I'm always thinking about, am I leaving the customer or my team in a lurch if I take this time off? But the reality is, if I keeled over, the world would keep spinning. They figure it out. and the world would keep spinning. So, I have to make better decisions about taking care of myself. And unfortunately that's a struggle for me. So um, I need to take the time that I need to take to avoid burnout. So like, after he had the stomach bug and then I had the stomach bug, I was feeling better, but I really did need to rest. But then I also really needed to get my taxes done. So I took Monday off, and then he wasn't exactly not over the stomach bug. So I ended up taking like Tuesday off. But I feel like, there's nobody there getting work done for me. My work is just piling up. So if I take those 2 days off, I'm coming back to 40 hours worth of work and uh, a what? What is it? What's the talking about? A 24-hour work week, you know? So I'm still, the deadlines don't change because I was out sick for 2 days. So, I think my project managers try to give me a little grace because I do often work sick, and if I'm out, I must really be feeling bad. you know. So they try to give me a little bit of grace there, but everybody else to be like, I can be out for 3 days without a doctor's note. I'm out for 3 days, whether they really sick or not. So, it's tough. It's tough, and that's just me. One, wanting to be professional. Two, not wanting things to fall apart because I'm not there, uh, or not wanting a schedule to slip because I got sick. You know, so it's like even when I want to say I had COVID 3 times, I never took 2 weeks off. I never took time off because I had COVID. And I could have, but I didn't. And it's like maybe I should have. So, learn your lessons for me, kids. Take your time off. Take your sick days. We get unlimited sick days, so it's not like I have to count them or anything. But I do feel like, I go to acupuncture every week. That is my mood stabilizer. People say, how do you remain sane? That is how I remain sane. I go to acupuncture, I see my chiropractor. Those are things. And I don't even try to make that time up. If I have to do that during the middle of the week, then I just do it during the middle of the week. I don't even try to make it up. I'm going to have overtime that I'm not getting paid for because I'm a salaried employee. All those, like I want to say a 50 plus hour week, a 60 plus hour week, and a 40 plus hour week back to back, and I don't get paid for anything over 40. So, you know, if I got to take some sick time and get some sanity, then that's what I do, you know. But all right, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell my eyes are getting a little bit dim. We have been on here for over 3 hours. I said I didn't want this to be a long live, but y'all know me. I like to talk, and it's just like it's been 2 months since I've been on here with y'all. So I wanted to catch y'all up, let y'all know what's going on with me. But now you understand why it takes me so long to like get back here. So it's like I'm trying to juggle all these things at home, at work, all these extra things that I'm doing. Um, so I can get more time like to myself. But I am glad to have taken care of some of the things that I've taken care of. I do still have some balls in the air that I am still juggling. Um, and I need to figure out this family reunion thing because I definitely have to get that paid tomorrow. Um, so I don't miss that. I've already reserved the hotel, and I have to decide if I'm gonna stay an extra week or so. But I have to figure that out. But I gotta put a few loads in the wash tonight. His sleep sack has to get cleaned. I have to at least do that load. tonight. I can put it in the dryer first thing in the morning. But that means I have to go because it's almost 12 o'clock. It's 11:40. So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. And again, these lives are nothing without you and your questions. So thank you so much from coming on and being an active participant in the live. I see 11 people on the live right now. And only one like. Is that right? There's only one like. So if you're still on the live with 3 likes, if you're still on the live and you haven't liked us, please do put in smash that like button on your way out. If you've just been enjoying the conversation and you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. Hit the bell so you can be notified every time that I post or the next time that I come on live. I do have a lot of footage. I have never stopped documenting for you all. I just don't have time to edit. So I come in here to do these lives so I can keep you all up to date so nothing gets lost. I do want to get caught up before I really get deep into the journey with baby number 2 because I haven't posted anything since before baby G's first birthday party. So I really do need to get to some of that old archival footage. I will mark it as archival so that you can choose to watch it or not watch it because it is old footage. Um, but yeah, so I am trying over here. I really am trying, but these days, if I can get sleep or if I can lay down, sleep has been taking precedence in everything. So in work, in dealing with baby G, in everything. So if I can get sleep, that's what I'm going for. So uh, is the sitter better than 24-hour daycare? I have not found any 24-hour daycares. I believe they exist. They tend to be in-home daycares. Maybe I need to like maybe kind of invest in something. Get to know somebody so that maybe I can use 24-hour daycare instead of a sitter because the sitter is super expensive. But I have to see. There isn't like 24-hour daycare is not super big here in Orlando, unfortunately. Probably especially after the pandemic. Because the again the private daycare center across the street from here, they used to be 24 hours, but they are not anymore. They have not been 24 hours for some years. I think they stopped being 24 hours even before the pandemic. So maybe there's just not enough need for it. I've looked from time to time for 24-hour or for like drop-in daycare. It's I don't know. It's always been last minute when I've looked for that, and those are always like in-home people, and you don't know how old that listing is, and you don't know if they're like still being daycare or not, and so I would have to, you know, check out the person, check out their home, and all of that before I would use them. So it's definitely not like a last minute thing. It's something I would have to get established before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, some level of under the weather almost every day since January. Definitely a rough cold season. Yes, yes. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that last bout of COVID did something with my lungs. And this cold and flu season since like October has just been rough, just so rough for me. And I feel like every time I get sick now, it becomes a lung situation where there's a cough and I have to like hit that albuterol. So it's just tough. Hey, JB. Yes, yes, we've already been on here for over 3 hours, JB. I'm actually about to sign off. Do feel free to check us out from the very beginning. Probably not tonight, but feel free to listen in tomorrow. or you can listen as a bedtime story. But I have to put the rest of my groceries up. And I put everything that needed to be in the refrigerator, but I gotta put the rest of the groceries up and I gotta get a load in the wash before I go to bed. Baby G has put himself to sleep. I need to get him in the bed. You can see he is sleeping here. I'm always checking to see if he's got something up his nose. But so I'm gonna get a bonnet on his head and get him in the bed and get us ready for tomorrow because I have to work tomorrow. So um, lather, rinse, repeat around here. Lather, rinse, repeat. So thank you again, everybody, for your participation. Again, the lives are nothing without you all. And don't forget to check your girl out on Amazon. Links are in the description. Don't forget to check your girl Arlette out on Amazon. Arlette, throw your link up there, girl. Did you throw it up there before? I didn't see it. Get your link out there for your journal for everybody. So Arlette has a 30 Days to Joy journal out on Amazon as well. Since she's still out here, Arlette, I know your little ones are probably already in the bed. I'll go back and listen to see how y'all been. Hope you've been great. Ooh, it's a loaded question. We've been okay, right? We're surviving. We're here, and so that's a blessing in itself. You know what I mean? All right, Kiki. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Sticky baby, that's still all those still TTC. And hopefully I can catch y'all sooner rather than later next time. All right. So everybody have a good night. Enjoy what's left of this Sunday. There's only 12 minutes left in it for the rest of us. All right. Have a good night. Bye.